All right, Vash. We'll catch you later, man.
Let's see it. See ya.
Somebody start singing "Fortunate Son."
It's already playing in
Kind
my
of
head.
technically already happened because I showed the clip.
It ain't me. I'm no fortunate son. Yeah.
It's been playing in my head on repeat all day. Okay. So, what are you guys' names, by the way, just so I know the character names?
I'm Steven Phoenix.
Steven Phoenix, okay.
I'm Don Lorak.
Don Lorek?
Don Lorak.
Don Lorak, okay. And Arch?
Leon
Okay. And Purity, what did you decide to name your character?
I forgot what I was naming it.
We'll just call it the Unknown Soldier.
Okay.
Hopefully you don't die.
Something else, please.
I'll
She's
go
Private
with
Yeah,
Ryan.
I was joking. I'm not actually naming her that.
no.
Private Ryan, come on!
It's not even the right war.
I don't give
No,
a shit.
Hold on. Let me look for a name for you real quick.
Lieutenant Dan.
Private Pile.
I'm not
No.
letting you people name me.
Nope.
Call her Sharon.
Fucking we'll call you Chris.
Seshi.
You're Charlie Sheen's character from Platoon.
Oh God.
God.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
she could be Elias.
I mean that's fair.
I'm just gonna.
Or you
pick
could be Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, fucking Elias. That's the one that got fucking shot up.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember his last name. I only remember Tom Berenger as Barnes.
You know, the worst part about all of this is that Lily can only smile right now.
I mean, what's not to love?
Compared to what's going to be going on behind the scenes, I mean, it's basically just going to be like a non-flashback.
Platoon is such a good movie.
Mike, how much
It
does that
is.
bow do again? 2d10?
Yes, 2d10 damage for your bow.
Oh God, they want to call me Sarah Connors.
And
Yeah.
Purity,
Sarah
you have 2 flaming daggers, so those do 2d8, and they also do 1d6 fire damage on top of that.
Forrest
Is it on
Whitaker
my
was
sheet?
in Platoon.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. What?
I said
Sorry,
it's
Purity.
written on my sheet, right?
Yes, flaming
Okay.
daggers times 2. Sorry, it's 2d4 plus 1d6 fire damage, and it's written there. You also have improved critical, so your critical is between 17 and 20.
If you go to Google and you type in Platoon characters, you'll see one specific one right next to Tawny Todd, Lee Mai Tao, and she was the rape victim.
Oh dear God!
It's literally just
Why
rape
is that
victim.
the first thing?
It literally just says rape victim.
All right. Do you have the Jam? You have your wolf, right?
Yeah, I got my wolf.
Okay. I'm just closing.
I'm just gonna go with like a
tabs.
name that's actually fantasy. Let's say Seshi.
Okay, that's fine.
It's pretty good, bro.
All right.
So are you.
So
Fantasy, not weeaboo.
okay.
All
So
right.
Fuck you.
so as far as the you guys are in the game world that you normally inhabit, the homebrew one that I made. So you're,
Goddamn Calgar.
yep, you're in Calgar again, but you're on the southern border near the Elven Forest, and you are prepping at Fort Hartway to descend into the forest. And you're not really sure why. You guys are all a crack squad of rangers, and you go in and out of the forest all the time. But usually you don't probe too deeply into the forest because the native elves are extremely hostile. Again, this is in an era before Cham, you killed all of them.
Yeah, fuck them. So this right here gives me more fuel to the fire of why I needed to burn them.
Except you're playing a different character at that point, but fuck
I
it.
don't.
Okay, so basically, you guys don't know what the mission briefing is yet. You just know that you're going to be going in, and you don't exactly know what's going on. So as you guys are kind of prepping your gear and stuff like that, in walks a short little orange man with a really big mustache, and his name is Sergeant Lorax.
God damn it.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Get your asses into the tent for the debriefies.
Is he gonna do this the entire time?
I sure
But sometimes.
I sure hope.
You're not
Wait,
killing him.
Wait, he was.
All right,
no,
so
no,
they
I'm
want
not
my
gonna
name to
kill
be
him.
Inferno.
Okay.
Yep, I'll go with that.
That's fucking stupid.
Nah, have it be a call sign. It's fine. Okay. So he's telling you guys to go to the main fort building because you guys are going to get briefed on the mission you're going on.
Okay, so Sergeant Lorax.
Sergeant Lorax.
All right.
He's not an officer, but he's battle hardened. He's been in and out of that jungle more times than you can imagine.
I'll maintain my real world rank, so I'll just be Corporal Phoenix.
Okay. So are you guys gonna follow him to the debrief?
Got it, Sergeant. We'll head over there. As I get my
Alright.
bow, freaking like.
Are we doing full soldier right now? Is that what you want to do? Okay, I heard that.
Oh
Sark.
no,
Let's
no,
go.
no.
Oh, you heard the Sergeant. Let's do it, buddy.
God. All right, Sergeant Lorax leaves and expects you to follow behind him. He's going to go to the main building in the fort, and in there you have the fort commander, whose name is Arthur, and he has a bunch of things laid out for you. And you see what looks like a few guards that look like they're part of like the King's Guard, the Grill Guard. They're wearing very ornate armor.
What's the officer's rank?
Let's
go.
The commander of the fort.
Let's just go Lieutenant Colonel.
The commander of the fort. Well, I mean, they don't. I'm calling him Sergeant Lorax because it's funny. I'm not really doing it in terms of an actual military, an arch drop. There he is. You there, buddy?
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button.
Fuck it.
Oh,
We're just gonna call him Colonel.
Fair enough.
All right, Colonel.
He's a full bird.
He's a full bird.
Yep. So you guys all walk into that room, and on the table looks to be laid out a map of the Elven Forest, and more specifically, the area of the border where the fort is kind of based. And also, like I said, in that room are some Kingsguard. They're in some very kind of ornate armored uniforms, and they're also there to supply information. So Sergeant Lorax walks up to the front and looks at him. Colonel, what do you got for us? The colonel then looks around to the room. Good, you've gotten all of your men here. We have a situation.
Why? Okay, hold on. Why do I imagine him as freaking? Who plays Doctor Strange again?
Benedict Cumberbatch?
I'm thinking of Benedict Cumberbatch in fucking 1917.
I was about to say that was what you. He's not. It's not. I was kind of going for beginning of Apocalypse Now, so he's kind of like Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay, Harrison Ford. Okay.
So he basically explains to you that the king's nephew, who's a dumbass, decided to take a hot air balloon trip, and unfortunately they caught an upwind and they were whisked off towards the Elven Forest in the middle of the night. And so what happened was it appears that the elves have shot down the balloon very deep inside elf territory, so you guys are getting sent in to extract him.
All due respect, sir. They're wanting us to go in there, find his son in the middle of all this shit. All due respect, sir. That's pretty fucked up.
Do you have a problem with your orders, Corporal?
No, sir. I will do my orders, but it's pretty fucked up. I know what's in those woods, and it's not nice.
I know, son, but it falls on somebody to do this.
God damn it.
He points to the map and he says that's roughly the area where the ship went down. But you guys are going to get air transport to get as far in as possible to get to the drop zone. So there is actually transport waiting for you outside that's going to carry you a decent ways into the forest. It's kind of near dusk right now, so you're going to be going under cover of darkness. So hopefully you won't get seen by too many elves on the way in or anything like that. So hopefully you can sneak your way in pretty quietly. That's the idea.
Don't elves have like better fucking eyesight?
They have low light vision, which means they can see in low light. But if it's pitch black out, they're just as blind as anybody else.
Okay.
So yeah, he points to that, and the King's Guard basically give you a drawn photo of the nephew, so you can identify him.
Well, he looks like a dumbass.
Looks like a prissy asshole. God damn it.
Not accurate. So Sergeant Lorax grabs that and tucks that into his little leather camo jacket there, and he's ready to get going. He looks back to the crew. He says, "You heard him, boys. Our ride's waiting."
I'm like, fuck. As I open my hood, I'm gonna whistle, and here comes Freaking Snowball, my wolf.
Named him Snowball.
Yeah, I named him Snowball.
Okay.
Snow for short.
All right. Snowball runs up to you and licks your face. Is it a he or a she?
It's a he.
It's a he. He is very happy.
Oh, so we get to summon our
Snowball's a
animals
good
now?
boy.
Well, your animals should be kind of around. So yeah, your animals should be there too, Purity. Your very, very, very young owl bear.
He's just chilling and playing in some grass. So I'm gonna go pick him up.
He still
Why
weighs
the
a
fuck
hefty
does she have an
amount.
owl bear?
Because I gave her one that was low enough where it's basically like pet stage, like how I had, how I gave Vass the panda. It's not really that much of a threat. Let's put it that way. It's not nearly as potent as an actual owl bear, which would probably just rip most of the things in front of you apart. So you guys can load up or do whatever you want at the base, but the transport is waiting.
I'm gonna go look for some supplies we might need.
Okay, you're gonna go to the requisitions area?
Yep.
Okay, so you go there. Arch, Kane, are you guys gonna do anything?
Nah. I'm gonna pull out a smoke.
All right, you light up a little tobacco pipe there, and nobody really gives a shit because it's a fantasy world and most people do that.
I'm gonna bring out my reefer freaking joint. It's Vietnam.
As you do that, Sergeant Lorax whips out a bigger one.
And
always gotta play the big cod game, huh, Sergeant?
You know it. You gonna smoke this gorilla knuckle with me, or you gonna look at it?
Puff give, fucker.
Damn straight. So you're gonna smoke with Sergeant Lorax. You're gonna roll Constitution. Keep in mind, anybody in the chat, if you want him to fail or succeed on these rolls, you can bet 100 bits for a +2 or -2 buff.
Which equals out to $1 to $2, or between $1 to $5 over on YouTube.
Yep.
That is a 19.
That is a 19. Okay, does anybody want to put in for this one?
Let's see.
If you
We
put
got-
in late,
No, not that. They have to be bits, not channel points. Channel points mean nothing. Sorry. Not this game, anyway.
all right, we're gonna do 3, 2, and 1. If nobody puts theirs in by now, then I'm going to call it. If you put it in after the fact, we'll apply it to the next roll. So yeah, you rolled a 19. So you hit that really good. You're grooving right now with Sergeant Lorax.
We just got a fail.
They wanted a -2.
Yep.
Okay, well that'll apply to Sergeant Lorax as well then. So let's see what he gets.
Oh, no. Sergeant Lorax, we need him.
All right, Sergeant Lorax rolled a 10, so he's a small little guy, but he's messed up on reefer, but he's smoking that thing like a Cuban cigar. So yeah, he's gonna go out with you, and you guys are just kind of like grooving.
We're be at the fucking our ride. We're all like dangling our feet off the edge.
Yep. So you go up to your ride, which is basically kind of like a hot air ship, sort of. It has a propeller on the back that's driven by a bicycle-like device, and there is a dwarf sitting on that bicycle who appears to be reading a book. And before I introduce you to that character, Arch, do you want to do anything right now?
Nah, I'm good snagging along.
You're a little soft on my end. Are you near the mic?
Is that better?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's better.
I'm also speaking a little bit lower, but you know.
That's fine.
Well, what's your character's name?
It's private loan,
Can
man.
we change the names of our on here to what our characters are?
It's Corporal Phoenix.
I'm pretty sure you can. I think I'm the only one that can change nicknames.
It's gotta be groovy.
We got it good, Corp. We got it good. Let's move.
Got it good, Private.
Okay.
Bro.
So Kane's not going to do anything. Arch, you guys are just kind of all hanging out. So Purity, you're going to go to the requisitions officer?
Yep.
Okay, so you walk into the requisitions, and there is a guy behind the counter. You see that the room is kind of lined with swords and shields and armor and bows and arrows and various other supplies, potions and stuff like that are on the back wall.
All right. I'm going to take a few healing potions, some revives.
There is no such thing as a revive in this universe.
Okay, fair enough. What will
the-
make sure I don't die because of these idiots?
Healing potions would do that. You should. I believe you also know. No, sorry. Sergeant Lorax knows cure serious wound. So he's going to give you 2 health potions. So you have 2 basically medium health potions, like a medium of cure moderate wounds. So those should be, I believe, 3d8.
Oh, do I roll?
No. That's how much healing they do to you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So it's 2d8 points plus 1 per. Okay, so it's 2d8 plus 5 is what you're going to heal with those potions. So if you just put those potions in your inventory, just write that next to them so you know what you have to roll if you have to take them.
I put one of my feats as cure minor wounds. So.
Yep. Okay. Well, one of your spells.
Okay, hold on.
Well, no, it's a feat.
All right, so what are they
Most doesn't
called?
apply to handbook.
Okay. Sorry. What?
What are they called?
Purity.
Cure moderate wounds potions.
Oh, and I also got a plus on my roll for the next time I roll. And I'm also gonna get some food supplies and stuff in case we need some extra food and stuff.
Okay. So they're just going to give that to you. That's just going to be dry. 1 week of dry goods or dry supplies, which is basically just like your MRE type thing for fantasy. All right.
Oh,
So
do
purity.
I have a bag of holding?
You do not.
Damn.
It's they're not going to give you something that nice. All right. So you're going to get a +2 on your next roll. I'm just writing these down so I make sure I have them. So Sergeant Lorax already got the -2, so that's all taken care of. But next time you roll, we'll remember that. So you got your stuff, so you're going to go back to the airship?
Yep, I'm gonna head now. I've got all the supplies that we might need.
Okay. So you head back to the airship, and the other guys are all kind of there. Cham and Sergeant Lorax are baked out of their minds. And Kane and Arch are just kind of there. And sitting on the bicycle that basically drives that ship is a dwarf. And the dwarf looks and says, "Hi, my name's Huey."
Really?
Yeah,
Hiya.
really.
God damn it.
Hi there! Get on board. We're going behind enemy lines.
Why is everyone else such an asshole to the dwarf?
Because of the name.
Because it's
I named him Huey after the helicopter.
yes.
God
Yes.
damn it.
I pieced two
I knew
together.
you- well, no, but she didn't. I know you did. I know you got it as soon as I fucking said it. All right, so you guys load up into this kind of flying ship. It has basically kind of like 2 balloons on either side, so it stays sort of balanced. And there's like a deck on the in-between part where the propeller setup and everything is. So as soon as he cuts the rope that holds that thing to the ground, you guys start flying off into the sky, and he begins pedaling as that little propeller in the back starts driving the ship forward ever so slowly towards the forest. Now, you guys are going to have some downtime, so you can do whatever you want. But in this downtime, we're going to do something with the chat where if you guys start donating bits, the more bits, the harder the next encounter is going to be for these guys.
Oh God.
So, and I have several encounters set up already. So, if you guys want a random encounter, those numbers are there as well if you would like that. So, I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes. You guys can compile that stuff while the other guys kind of go around. So, what do you guys want to do while you're traveling?
Is there like a deck gun?
No, there is not a deck gun.
Damn.
We got
I was
we got
literally-
100 bits
Like-
so far.
Like
And we
Huey,
got
we ain't got no
$5 in
50.
the YouTube.
We ain't got no barbecue. We ain't got nothing here. Nothing.
I'm
no
just gonna read a book.
fucking gun?
You
No,
got
you know what?
dry
I'm gonna
goods.
sit and play with my owl bear.
Okay. Yeah, no, you got dry goods. That's basically what you got.
No,
Don't
no,
got a
no.
fucking.
Uh-oh, we got
Some kind of
a
weaponry, like
total of
bullets?
300 bits now, and we still got that $5.
Okay, so that's the
Huey.
equivalence of 800 bits. So that should be enough to do an encounter. So just let me grab those stats and get them up in front of me. And then as soon as we have our next scene, we'll see what happens.
Huey, hey Huey, listen. A barbecue ain't no fucking food. Alright? A barbecue is a flamethrower. You got one.
I got
No,
one
you-
out the ass.
Where
Oh,
the
God.
fuck are the weaponry to protect this fucking thing?
It's a stealth ship, lad. That ain't no weaponry.
Fucking hell, Yui. Oh, we're gonna fucking die.
I mean, we have
Yeah.
weaponry.
You have bows and arrows. Yes, you have. There is some extra ammo up there for you, but there is not a whole lot of things you can do with the ship because it's meant to be basically a stealth ship. They kind of just slapped this thing together at the last minute so you guys can go in there.
All right, so I'm gonna go near a pillar.
We just got
like-
$20 for a flying horse.
You want a flying? You want a Pegasus?
That's what they want. They want a Pegasus to come at
A
us.
flying horse comes
Okay.
towards you guys.
If you want a Pegasus, that'll be what shows up. So, just let me quickly look up the stats for that, and we will get that going. So, as you guys are, okay. So, as you guys are flying through the sky, you notice what appears to be a small, very small white dot on that's showing up to the left side of the ship. You're gonna have to roll perception to see if you can see anything else.
15. Oh, wait.
All right, you rolled 15. Purity, you're also getting a +2 to your roll
Wait.
if you're rolling.
Hey, isn't that a spot check instead of perception?
Sorry, yes, it's a spot check, but I'm so used to saying perception. All right, well, Purity, you got a 6, so that's Arch got a 10.
God, I'm
28.
playing the stupid one.
It's a 28 on my side.
You got a 28. Okay, well, actually, sorry, because you have to add your spot modifiers to those anyway.
Yep.
So,
I
and
got
Kane, are
13
you gonna
on
roll
mine.
as well? Kane,
He's dead, Jim.
What?
do you want to roll perception to see what you can see off the side of the ship?
Shitting himself.
Not.
He's scared.
You're not gonna roll
Just-
perception.
He doesn't.
No,
care.
no, I am.
Oh, okay.
They want us to try to tame it, but you got to get bits for us to tame it, guys.
Okay.
15.
15, and that's plus your spot check, which should be probably pretty hefty. So
Yeah,
Jan-
it's +2, so 17.
yeah, okay. So
I got
Kane,
28.
Kane, you and Sham both notice that it appears to be a winged horse, and it's being ridden on by an elf. And it's coming right at you.
We got a fucking spy, guys. I'm gonna load up my knock an arrow.
Yep.
And
So you're gonna have to wait a little bit until he gets closer, but as soon as you get in range, you'll be able to fire.
well, I got far shot.
Oh, you do? Okay, you have far shot. All right, then you can fire as he'll come into range a lot sooner, but you can fire as soon as that happens, which is right about now. So you can roll for attack to see if you hit him. You have far shot, so you're not taking a minus.
100
Alright,
bits
I'm not-
bonus to the first shot on the elf.
Okay, so that's a +2, so you're gonna get an additional +2 to your roll, Cham.
Boo, baby! First nat 20 of the night.
God fucking
First
damn
nat
it,
20 of the night.
and that's gonna crit too. All right, roll the 2d10.
Oh,
Roll the
shit.
2d10.
I forgot to grab the D10s out, so I'm just gonna use a dice spot for this one.
Yeah, that's fine. Use the dice spot. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, Lord. I'll tell you the next one right after we land.
Okay.
But Corp, how you gonna get the ears? You're not collecting those
Yeah,
nice
that's
ears?
24.
Gained spider
Yeah, that's
appears
24
smile
because
with
that's
horns.
doubled because you critted. All right, so you fire the arrow at the elf, and as he's coming to, he has like a spear, kind of. He was trying to basically, lance you. Basically, that's kind of the idea. Is he was coming in to do that. But as you fire it, the arrow goes right through his left eye, and he just falls off the horse and falls down into the forest. He's dead as fuck.
So how do we tame the beast?
Well, the beast is still moving towards you, and you can use your diplomacy rolls because you're all rangers. You can use your diplomacy
So
rolls to tame the animal.
apparently the elf skydives off the horse with a parachute. I'm just reading what the chat wants.
Have elf skydive off the horse with a parachute.
Even with the parachute.
Okay, so hang on. Okay, so hang on a second. So they want him to dive off the horse with a parachute. Well, he took 24 damage. He got shot in the head.
Well, I mean, he came off the horse. The parachute
He
can just
did.
go
He
off.
did come off the horse. So I mean, as he came off the horse, let's just say that his clothing kind of caught the air a little bit, and his body got like a nice, let down. Basically, that's about it. But he's still very dead. If you would like something else for that, I could do something else for that, but that's kind of past. So He's dead, but the Pegasus is still like flying around you basically, so you can do stuff if you'd like with that.
I'm gonna
I mean,
try. Do we
with
have any
our
rope
ranger
nearby?
gear, we should have rope. Oh, with our ranger gear, we should have rope.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yes.
grab some rope and try to tame it.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna lasso it, I assume.
Yep. What do I roll for that?
You're gonna need to roll a dexterity check, and you're also going to need a use rope. You're gonna add your use rope stat to that, which should be on your skills section. It's near the bottom.
Alright, let me check.
I'm gonna go to Arch's character or the private. Like, do you see his fucking head come off?
Oh, I
Where
saw
is
it,
it on the
Corp.
list?
You got him good. You got
If
that
you look
fucking knife here real good.
If you look at the skills section, it's in alphabetical order. It's at the bottom.
Okay.
It says
Oh,
use rope.
Damn it. Just quoting Platoon here. Don't mind me.
Okay, so 30? So 3.
So you get a +3 to whatever you're going to roll for that.
Yeah. So that, right?
You rolled a 20. Okay.
Okay.
So you're able to lasso the Pegasus. Now roll a strength roll to make sure it doesn't pull you off the vessel.
Okay.
Hey,
So
Corp,
Gee,
I think the cherry's about to get pulled
It's
off.
going to be just a straight strength mod. So you're going to roll a d20 and you're going to add your strength mod, which is the little number that's next to your strength number. So your I have your sheet. So your strength mod is a 1.
I'm gonna
Was
die.
that private?
Well, you might get pulled off the ship and ride a Pegasus somewhere. Yeah, no, you're getting pulled off the ship
Have
and
the
ride the
Pegasus
Pegasus
fly
somewhere. So
toward purity.
as you,
Oh
so you-
wait, no! The chat just said have the Pegasus fly toward purity. I get a Pegasus.
it flies towards you, but it's still flying outside of the ship, which
I'm
means
gonna
you're holding a rope that is being pulled by a flying animal that's 3 times your weight.
Will you guys help me?
Well, at this point, what has happened is you lassoed him very perfectly. You were able to very accurately lasso him as he was flying around and towards you. But now that he's flying around the ship, your strength roll was not high enough, so you are pulled off the deck and you are hanging onto the rope, which is attached to the Pegasus.
Am I able to try to do a reflex save? Try to
I
grab
will
her.
allow it.
Alright.
What are you going to do specifically? Cut the rope?
Oh no, just
Or-
grab onto her legs and pull her in. Well,
Okay,
that would be
so-
16 plus 11. That's a 27.
Okay, you have enough of a reflex save, but you're also going to need to roll a strength save because
Right.
if she's still hanging on to it,
My strength modifier. That is a 15 plus 2. That's a 17.
okay, I'm going to say that's enough to keep her on the deck so she doesn't fly off with the horse. But the horse is basically kind of like the rope is kind of acting like a leash at this point. And Huey turns around to you guys and says, "Hey, tie the horse to the ship. He can
Purity
pull
rides
us."
perfectly.
5. Okay, so purity rides perfectly. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
What are they putting up for this?
$5 from the YouTube chat to say that I ride perfectly.
Okay, well, that's going to be a +10 to that roll. So you're going to ride. Apparently, you're going to try and ride that Pegasus as it's tied to the ship. I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
say that you tied the rope to the Pegasus, and now you're going to have to roll a ride roll, which is going to get a +10. So you're going to roll a d20, and you're going to add +10 plus your ride, which is 3. So +13 in total. All right, that's
What the
21.
fuck are
You
my
are able.
rolls tonight?
You are able to. Well, you hit 21. So you are able to ride the Pegasus as the Pegasus proceeds to pull the sky ship along towards its destination. And now that the fuckery has ended, for at least the time being, and you guys have taken care of the elven scout who spotted you, the Pegasus rides you to your drop-off area where, unfortunately, there appears to be a lot of little glowing lights in the forest. Again, it is nighttime. It is pitch black out by this point. So all you can see are these little lights that are kind of glinting through the forest near the area where you got to land.
This is not good.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna roll a spot check. See if we can spot a.
Oh, wait. There has to be a spider when we land. A giant one.
How much did they put forward?
$10.
Yep. Here's the thing: when they put that, nobody else is watching the stream right now, right? Besides Purity.
I'm
Yeah,
watching the one.
I'm watching I'm watching both chats, so.
You watch both chats. Anybody else who's watching, kill your feed to that. Because what I'm gonna have you do is so they don't immediately know what they're gonna be facing. Just DM it to me.
Okay.
That way they don't know exactly what they're gonna be fighting. So for the sake of the purposes, this time you will be fighting a giant spider, but we'll work it in.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So basically, what's gonna happen is you guys come to that area. So you said you're gonna roll a spot check.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a spot check for us to see if we can where like the lights. See if there's any Charlies in the bush.
Okay.
See if we can land.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll that.
That is a 14 plus a 13. That is a 27. 27.
Okay. You roll. Did anybody else want to roll a spot check?
Nah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm so
hold
glad.
on.
Dragon
hold
fight the
on.
spider.
Just DM it to me if it's something that they shouldn't know.
Oh, they should not see this one coming. This is getting special.
All right. Well, send it to me when you're ready. Until then, I'm just going to continue.
I did send it to you.
Where? I didn't get a. Oh, never mind. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That is possible in this, so that's not too big of a deal. Okay, so, Cham, you're able to discern that some of those lights appear to look like small little flames. And you can see around some of them, you're seeing faces, elvish faces, and you're also seeing bows, which means those may be flaming arrows.
I'm gonna relay that to Huey and the rest of the guys on board.
Okay, you relay that to all them. Huey looks around, just, "Aye, we're gonna make a sharp turn, lads. We're gonna get you down there before they start." Oh my God! As he's doing that, the arrows begin firing up into the air, and start peppering the side of the ship. I'm going to roll to see how many of them actually hit.
Spider.
This is going to shit.
We're gonna die.
Okay, 9 of those arrows are able to strike the ship and light it ablaze, but Huey is bringing it down hard into the trees right now. So as you guys go down, he blasts it down into the trees, and since it's kind of a balloon, it gets hung up on one of the larger tree branches and kind of like, just stands there. So you guys are going to have to roll dexterity to make sure you don't fall off and fall down to the forest floor.
All right.
So everybody's going to have to roll a dexterity roll.
Hey, reflex, right?
Yep, sorry, it'll be a reflex save. Yes. So what is that for you, Arch, in total?
Oh, I didn't do mine. Sorry. Hold on.
I got a 23.
That'd be
are
18.
18, okay. Kane, what's yours?
I'm also holding on to my.
right now.
I'm also holding on to my wolf.
Yeah, that's well, the animals are going to be able to kind of the wolf. Yeah, you're going to need to hang on to him, but that's fine. You rolled high enough to do that. All right, Kane. All right, so everybody rolled high enough to hang on to the ship during the crash. And it appears that Huey is still sitting on the bicycle, but he's not moving.
I think Huey's dead.
Huey!
You also hear a coughing coming from him after a second. He appears coughing, and he lets out a very loud groan. You can't see the front of him. You're only seeing him from the back.
I'm gonna run up to him.
As you run up to him, you see that there are several arrows that are embedded into his chest, and he appears to be very slowly dying. He hands you a piece of paper and says, "Give it to my grandmother." Oh.
I'm gonna immediately use cure light wounds on him.
He is just expired.
Well,
As he handed you the note, he expired.
God damn it!
Is anyone a necromancer? Necromancer in the audience?
I don't think in this campaign.
No.
No, there ain't no necromancer here, honey.
God damn it.
Damn it.
All right. I'm gonna grab his dog tags.
You grab those and put them in your pocket.
Hey, Sergeant,
Yeah, Corporal.
what do we do from here?
Yeah,
You in charge.
First thing we do is we get down from here. They're going to be coming over here. They saw the crash. They shot at us. We're going to need to find some cover, so get down to the forest floor, gentlemen.
I'm gonna run.
Actually, on second thought,
Have Angel
before
come
that
down and
actually
pick up
happens,
Huey's body.
Sergeant Lorax is simply going to use his ability to speak with plants, and he speaks to the tree, and the tree actually lowers you all to the ground safely.
Look at your DMs.
Yep. Okay, so as you descend down, you look up, and even though it's astonishing to all of you, you see what appears to be an angel come down and pick up the corpse of Huey and carry him off into the sky.
Well,
yell
that
out.
happened.
You be good to him, you fucks.
Don't
You
call an
already
angel a
did.
fuck.
The angel pays absolutely no attention to you as it does its task.
I was like, we gave God a lot of fucking men.
Yeah, but I feel like calling an angel a fuck is going to curse us all.
The angel doesn't care. The angel's just there for Huey.
Yeah,
So the ship has crashed. So you guys are on the forest floor. So everybody, please roll perception.
God damn. Spot check it is.
Or not perception. Roll either a spot or a listen check. I keep mixing that up.
Regardless, I put a +10 on all of them.
What is my rolls tonight?
Why? What did you? Hang on a second. I'm looking something up. What did you get?
Hey, twinsies.
Oh, that's also combined with your spot check, which are using spot or listen purity.
Listen, because my spots might be shit.
They're both very high.
Oh.
Listen is slightly higher at 14.
I'll go with
Your
listen.
spot is 13. All right, so that's going to get a 14 out of that, so that's a 22. So you are able to hear what sounds like rustling in the bushes. Kane doesn't hear this, and Arch, which one are you using, spot or listen?
I was using listen. I ain't heard shit.
Okay, and Sham, what did you roll?
I got a 19 on spot check.
Okay, so Purity, you can hear it, and Sham, you can see it. It appears to be a massive spider that has come over, because one of the other things that is very near you is apparently up in that tree is also a giant spider web that you disturbed when you crashed down through it.
Guys,
I'm gonna point out, but I'm gonna have the finger on the mouth, like quiet. It's like, he could hear us. He could smell us.
and he's really, really pissed. We should move really quietly away.
You're going to all need to roll stealth rolls if you want to get out of there without the spider noticing. If you fail, he will start to attack and it will initiate combat.
Hell yeah. I specialize in stealth.
Where do I find my stealth?
Moves silently.
Okay.
Okay. And also, so you guys also got a bonus to that fall, even though you didn't necessarily need it.
Well, I hate to be that guy.
Did you roll another 20?
I got it. Yeah.
I'm going to start making you use the dice pot again.
Yeah. I might have to use the dice pot now.
Okay.
It's a 26.
It's a 26. Okay. So Purity, you rolled a 15. Arch, you rolled. Is that just a flat 5, or you're getting addition onto that? I assume.
No, that's just a 5.
You have no move silently.
You have no move
I have
silently.
no move silently. I took a whole lot of different shit.
Okay. So you failed. So so the other guys seem to move away relatively okay. But as you're walking away, you trip over a rock and you fall down, which makes enough noise where the spider leaps out of the shadows and starts to move towards you rapidly. So this is going to be an actual combat phase. So everybody please roll initiative who is involved. That also includes Sergeant Lorax and the spider.
All right.
Wait, so everyone who got away
nothing.
doesn't have to roll?
No, everybody has to roll because Arch failed in getting away, so it saw all of you.
Unless you're just not gonna help, in which
Hold
case
on.
probably not.
This is
You
getting
can book it if you
special.
want. Just leave him to die.
Have a
Alright, I
giant
got a
pot of
23
gold
on,
fall on the
fucking-
spider with angry
All
leprechaun.
right. Well, Sergeant Lorax rolled a 20, and the spider rolled an 18.
Hey, Mike, go
Yep.
go check your DMs.
Oh God. Okay. Okay.
Look, I don't do this. They
No,
do.
I'm aware. I'm aware. Just hang on a second. Just give me a second to think up how that's actually going to work.
You also have the other thing that's supposed to attack too.
The spider
Yes,
grows a
exactly.
different
So we'll deal with that though when it's the spider's turn. But Sergeant Lorax is going to actually be the first one to do something. So Sergeant Lorax, basically what he's going. God damn it! I have to try and include a whole bunch of random ass shit in this. So Purity, would you mind just copying down the initiative rolls for people here? Because I think we have everybody. I think everybody is in here. And Cham, you rolled a 20. You said
23. 23.
23. Okay, so
let me write
actually,
that down.
so technically, Sergeant Lorax rolled a 27 because he rolled a nat 20. So he will go first, then you, then the spider. So, as Sergeant Lorax walks up to the spider, he kind of just does a little bit of a whistle. He doesn't really seem afraid, but he does one of those. I can't do it myself because I suck at whistling, but kind of like one of those horse whistles, like. And as that happens, you hear what appears to be a large flying animal. You can hear the wing flaps of this animal coming towards you. But you can't really see it because it's dark out until you see a massive fireball go down onto the spider, incinerating it in seconds. The spider then proceeds to decay into ash right before your eyes, and the dragon flies off. The small dragon flies off, basically as if it hadn't happened. Sergeant Lorax turns around to all of you and smiles and says, "I saw him coming in. I was hoping that they'd come with the whistle.
Well,
the tree told me about it too.
I didn't know you could do that, sir.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me, kid. That being one of them. I didn't even have to do that crap. Also, this." He then turns around, takes out his revolver, and shoots it into the tree. After a second, you hear a couple of crashing sounds come down, and what appears to be a leprechaun falls onto the corpse of the spider. And after the leprechaun falls down, then a pot of gold falls out of the tree as well and crushes the leprechaun, or at least the leprechaun's corpse, on top of the spider. You now have a pot of gold just sitting there, although you have no way to transport it.
So
Where the fuck did this leprechaun
It came from the chat. That is exactly where it came from. I did not design this at all.
You did. It came from the chat. I can confirm this. So we should come back to this gold later.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea, because the other thing is the elves are moving in on you right now. So you're probably going to want to move relatively quickly, especially now that the spider is dead.
All right,
So
folks,
I'm
it's
gonna
time to go.
grab the pot of gold. I'm gonna bury it in a specific area, like around the trees.
I'm gonna help him.
All right. Roll. Both of you roll strength rolls to dig the hole and move quickly and move the gold.
Oh, that's on you, man.
Ooh.
I'll help out.
I guess
Good rolls this evening.
I got a 4.
Okay, and that's
I
plus
got
your
it.
strength modifier, which is
Yeah,
a
that's
1, so that's 16. Kane, do you want to help with this?
Sure.
All right, roll your strength to see if you can move
I don't
and
even know
bury the
Kane's
gold.
character.
Huh?
What is Kane's character's name?
What is your
Um,
character's name?
Oh yeah, he's
I-
Lornax or something like that.
Yeah,
Hold on. I have it right here.
Don
Lawrence?
Lornax or something. Yeah.
Lornax.
Yeah, John Lorax. Yeah.
Oh, you made. I already have Sergeant Lorax.
Yeah, I'm Don Lorax.
Sergeant Lorax.
Distant cousin.
Oh shit!
Okay, you just kind of lean on the gold thing as Purity's character is dragging it towards the hole that Arch and Cham are very, very poorly digging. Sergeant Lorax also is going to help out, so he's going to roll just because he has to. All right, so Sergeant Lorax is able to roll a decent strength roll, so that is going to wind up being a 19. So he's able to help Purity get that into position and dig the hole. So you guys are able to cover that up quickly, and then you very quickly vacate the area before the elves show up to try and arrest you or detain you or kill you.
They're gonna mess with our booty holes.
Now, as far as where you are able to navigate via the sky in terms of your navigating based on the stars, and you do have a map. So you do know where you need to go in order to find the area where the original balloon crashed.
All right.
I'm gonna look.
Fucking, I'm gonna use track.
You're gonna use trap.
Track.
Sorry, I'm gonna use whip tracker.
Okay. What are you tracking?
Give him a minute to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, wait. You're right.
We have a map, right?
Yeah,
you said we have a map. I'm just gonna use the map.
Yeah. So you guys are able to discern what direction you have to go in order to get to where the balloon originally went down.
All right, guys. I think we should go this way to the left because it looks like this will be the quickest and easiest route to the balloon.
Oh, someone's puppet's barking.
Are we ready for the next encounter, or should we save that one?
We'll save that one.
All right, I'll give it to you anyway, just so you can get ready for it.
Yeah, just send it to me anyway. I'll work it in. But that was the first random encounter section. Basically, we'll get to another one in a little bit. So we're gonna do just a little bit of a
Have
story
a bunch
thing
of
here.
nudist elves show up.
Okay, I'm assuming that's supposed to say elves and not else.
Yeah, it's supposed to say elves, I think.
Okay. Damn. That.
I didn't go to school either. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
God damn it, Private. So you tell me you don't know how to read?
Reading's for chumps, huh? Oh, Corporal, I'm sorry.
Damn, I did not know I gotta rank up. What the fuck?
Them chevrons, they come out of nowhere, you see. I could make you a sergeant. I could steal it.
We'll talk more about this later.
Hey, there he is.
Sergeant Lorax is plowing his way through the woods, and you guys are making your way to where the balloon crash is. It takes you probably about 6 to 7 hours to actually reach the crash site to where that is, just by traversing your way through the jungle. You don't really run into very many more elves. It seems like a lot of them they all kind of closed in on the area where your ship crashed. So that kind of drew all the ones from the surrounding area. So it looks like you have kind of a clear path. And as the sun is coming up, I want you guys to roll for spot checks to see if you can find where the balloon's location is.
God damn. Well, thank God I got a 13 on my shit, because I got a 15.
You got a 15 plus 13, so that's 28.
No. I got a 2 plus 13.
Oh, okay, so you got a 15 total. Okay. Oh, God, Arch.
Yeah,
All
by
right.
these rolls, I wasn't lying about not going to school, is all I'm saying.
God damn.
Okay.
What are we rolling? I blanked out.
We're rolling for...
Shit. This is why they shouldn't let women in the infantry.
You notice
all right, well,
a woman.
I think she outdid your spot check anyway.
So what were you saying?
All right, so yeah, she definitely outdid your spot check. She rolled a 27. So Purity, you're able to see that it appears the balloon that the king's nephew was in appears to be hanging out of a tree. Similar to what happened with yours, you can see that the crash site is there. It doesn't appear that there's anybody around it. It looks to be completely desolate. But you do notice that there are some things that are spread all over the ground from the crash, so you can search the area and see if you can find clues, or you can try and get the balloon out of the tree, or do whatever you want to do.
So the good news is we found the balloon, guys. The bad news is we still haven't found the idiot. But let's look around the center.
Okay, I was gonna elbow the prime, like, see, women play on easy mode.
God damn, Corp.
and the owl bear barks. Okay.
He's like, shut that thing up, or does he want to freaking lead him right to us?
It's all right, little one. Sergeant Lorax goes up and pets the owl bear on the head so it shuts up.
Well, I do have speak with animals, so I could just like, hey,
I
quiet.
can't quiet that owl bear.
Lorax,
mine.
the Lorax also has that spell as well.
The Lorax.
Yep, he's literally the Lorax. He's just in Vietnam era armor and clothes,
Purity
and
puts a
he
firecracker
has,
in
he
his
has
I
two
don't know if
pocket
I
his
should say
comment.
this one or not, but I'll show it to you, Mike.
Yeah, send it to me.
He said the Lorax, not a Lorax. Sit your ass down.
Oh,
Who exactly for that one? Can you put that in there as well?
The other Lorax. Damn, son, you don't listen to shit, do you?
Looking at the my DM.
I'm
Okay.
the other Lorax.
Purity, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you have that. I'm gonna say you have that in your inventory, and you can choose to do that when you want. You're just gonna have to do a stealth roll.
All right, fuck
okay,
it. Just to
okay,
make
no,
you
no,
chat
you don't have
happy.
to. You don't have to do it right now if you don't want to, but at some point.
Fucking all right, look at general chat real quick. Sergeant Lorax, this is like two of his best friends right here.
That's a good Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
Oh God.
Sergeant
that's
Pooh
horrible.
and
That's
Corporal
awesome.
Piglet.
That's horrible. But he's even got the tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another one
All
someone
right,
drew
so
over.
Purity, that's your roll there, and you're also going to add your sleight of hand to that. And
Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
And your sleight of hand is an additional +5 because of your dex bonus. So that's a 19. What did you just roll?
No. Did it
Oh,
auto
okay.
roll?
That was the previous roll then, because you're the last one on the list. Okay, so that's going to be a 14. Cham, I'm going to have you roll for a. I'm going to say it's going to be a listen check.
That's a 17 plus 13. That is a 30.
Okay, you're able to discern that Purity appears to be trying to slip a lit firecracker into your back pocket.
I'm just going like, is she like? Oh, she's behind me.
Yes,
Armor?
because that was the stealth roll to try and slip it into your pocket.
So I'm like, don't you do it?
I'm gonna
Like,
do
I'm
it.
not even looking at her. I'm going like, don't you do it?
Fine, I'll throw it off into the trees. Not the trees, not the trees. That'll piss off the Lorax. Not
the trees.
I'll just throw it away. Then.
Sergeant Lorax sees what fuckery is going on. He goes over and grabs the firecrackers. He then proceeds to eat them in front of you and then spit them out on the ground and call you both bitches.
Oh shit!
Hey, it's not me, sons. The broad.
And here, split a firecracker with me.
All
Put
right.
hair on your chest and your back.
Fuck it. Let's do it, Sarge.
You two have fun with that.
You each share some firecrackers. So does anybody actually want to search for any kind
I'll
of
do
signs here? Or are you just gonna fuck around? All right. Roll us a because you're a ranger, you're able to use your track skill, which means that you guys can roll a survival check to check for anything around there that you can track with, so you can track somebody with. Or you can roll a standard search or spot check to find stuff.
All right.
So mine's
13. That's
2?
26.
Okay.
Well, you got to roll. Everybody has to roll a d20 first to see what they got.
I got a 26.
You got a 26. Okay, she got
Yep.
a 16. Kane and Arch, do you want to roll?
Dude, anything to do with like spot, listen, or all that? It's all at 13.
I mean, that's basically what a ranger is supposed to do.
I ain't do none of that shit.
Well, you're also
Yeah.
a support. You're a support ranger. That's a little bit different.
Sure, why not? I'll roll first.
All right, you can roll.
I'm like, hey, Private, it'll behoove you to look around.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sarge, it would
okay.
behoove me to find a hooker.
This is true.
Hey, we'll do that when we get to Da Nang.
What?
Or in this
Didn't-
freaking Laurel's
yeah,
version of Da
no,
Nang.
Da Nang does not exist. that exists in real Vietnam. Actually, it's called Ho Chi Minh City now. But okay, so Kane, you and Sham and Purity all are able to find what appear to be a large set of elf tracks, like a lot of them that are kind of trampled over one another that lead off on another kind of basically like a walking path that kind of goes through the woods on the other side. You can see a bunch of the broken foliage and stuff like that from where they all went through. It looks like a relatively large group of elves came in, and it doesn't look like it looks like they were dragging one or two people with them, since you can see drag marks in the ground that are relatively recent.
I'm gonna send this to Purity real quick. See if I'm able to say this word.
If it's a derogatory term for Vietnamese people, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's I'm trying to think of a derogatory term
Think
for
of like a
fucking
fantasy
an elf.
version of it, and you might get away with it.
Call him a Keebler.
Let's call it Charlie's or something. It's the same.
Well, I was gonna say the G one.
Yeah, no, don't say that one. I know what one I know what one that is. Don't say that one on the air. That'll get us pulled.
Just say Keebler.
Yeah, that's
Keebler,
fine.
knife ear. There's all
Hey,
kinds
guys.
of them.
Goddamn keyboard.
Fucking
These
flower
goddamn
eaters.
Keeblers. See this? There's this trail with all the fucking Keeblers. We go this way.
Sergeant Lorax is pleased with all of you, and he proceeds to take the lead as you guys sponge yourselves into the jungle yet again as you're proceeding forward towards your destination. So this is going to be another section where you guys can do a random encounter as they travel. So if anybody wants anything to happen, please put it in the chat, and Purity will DM it to me, and we'll see if we can work that in.
We have one random encounter, but I say we kind of save that one for a little later. I sent that one to you earlier.
Hang on a second.
The elves.
No.
Yeah, that one actually I'm going to have probably come up.
Hey, Private.
What's going on, Corp?
Hey, I hear over at Elf Nang, they got some nice elves. You're over there. Well, unless you're into some of those dwarf ladies.
Hey,
I had a piece of dwarf the other day. Ain't too bad. Just got
What's
a little
it?
past. Just got a
Was
little
it
past
Huey?
the what?
what'd you do? Tag Huey back at base?
No, man. I had to
He's
keep
the
it-
only
I
dwarf
had-
I've seen out here.
I had to keep on a down low because his sister came and visit him.
Oh,
He
you
won't
did a
be able
man
to-
dirty.
Well,
You
he's
Jody
dead
fuck.
What did you want the 100 bits for?
Yep, yeah. If you put donations in the chat, you got to make sure that you specify what you want. If you want a buff or if you want a specific thing to happen.
He can't do anything now. He's dead. So
If it makes you feel any better, Huey died doing what he loved, which was flying, not the crashing part, the flying part.
I was gonna say, not the part where he got shot 3 times in the chest.
No, but he completed his mission. He got you there.
That he did.
Oh, he's putting the 100 bits to crank up the encounter.
Okay, so the next encounter will be a bit tougher than it was before. So yep, we can crank that up a little bit.
Yep, that works.
Okay, so if nobody else has anything, I think we're gonna go right to the next encounter, which is going to be as you guys are going through the woods, you start hearing what sounds like voices and stuff that are coming from a little bit deeper into the jungle. So I'm gonna have you guys roll a listen and a spot check as you continue forward, or one or the other.
15 plus 15. That'll be 27. No,
Oh, you got a
28.
good one for once.
28.
So is that any additions to that, or is it just a straight 16?
Well,
16.
Did you roll 10s for everything?
Basically.
Because you should, if you have unless you have no wisdom, you should at least get something to that.
I have no wisdom.
Okay, fair enough.
I
all
got a 28 on the
all
listen.
right, Purity and Kane, do you guys want to roll either a spot or a listen check?
I'll roll a listen check.
All right, again, your listen check is a plus 14.
Then if she's doing the listen, I'm going to do the spot.
Okay.
Fuck off with my rolls tonight.
Well, you got an 18. That's and Kane. Okay, so basically, so everybody, hears this, and you guys all go to the edge of where it looks like the foliage kind of stops. It looks like there's kind of an open area, and as you peek through the foliage, you see that there appears to be a small village filled with a lot of like grass huts and stuff, and there's a lot of naked elves walking around, like butt-ass naked.
You
I'm
that
gonna duck into
private?
a bush.
Is that what you wanted?
I'm not looking for Boom Boom from no knife ears, Corp. That's pretty nasty.
Hey, private. Pussy's pussy.
Actually,
that
elf,
pussy's gonna kill you, you idiot.
elf-human
go.
relations are actually fairly common in this universe.
Yeah, considering I'm playing a half
That's
elf.
disgusting. They should be put in their own schools and away from us.
Thank you for
Hey.
that.
You gotta think. Hey, you gotta think wide and broad. You gotta broaden your horizon, private. You can't always have that narrow minded thinking.
Hey, if you want the cookie, you go and get the cookie. But I'm staying out of the fucking Keebler village.
Fuck it.
Okay, so
Putting his hand in the cookie jar.
dear God. Okay.
I'm putting my hand in the cookie jar.
All right, so Sergeant Lorax just rolled a 21 on a search check. So he actually found on one side area of the jungle, it appears to be that there is a rather large, what appears to be man-made hole in the ground that he seems to think could lead under the village. He thinks that maybe this is where you should be going. The tracks also appear to go in that direction.
All right, does he
Like a
inform us, or
man-made
does he like just give it to himself?
No, Sergeant Lorax is relaying this information to you.
I say
All
we
right,
head that
Sergeant.
way. Sergeant Lorax hasn't led us wrong yet.
Let's
You want some fucking rat tunnels?
Follow
What?
the hole.
Well, I mean, to the Lorax, it's basically just kind of like a cave. Like, he can just walk in. He doesn't even have to duck.
Okay, hold on.
Have elves smoke weed.
Yeah,
fucking,
DM it to me,
I
whatever
don't.
it is.
If you can figure out how to get this to work, Mike.
Fucking.
Oh, I can get that to work very easily. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, are you guys gonna follow Captain Laura? Sergeant Lorax is gonna go in there. So you guys
I
gonna
already
follow him?
said I'm following him.
All right.
Yeah, I'm following him.
Okay. Everybody's gonna.
staying real far back.
All right. You're gonna stay in the back arch, but everybody, you're gonna follow Sergeant Lorax. So Sergeant Lorax, before he goes in there, he's gonna roll survival to try. He has trap finder, so he's gonna roll to try and see if he can locate any traps.
So I'm gonna bust out my my tiny hand crossbow.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like start like crawling.
Should
Yep,
we all roll
yeah,
for
you-
that?
No. Well, you can all roll to see if you can find traps. So it's gonna be a search check.
Well,
and
I
you're
have to
searching-
have that trap finder.
You don't necessarily need trap finder. Trap finder just gives him a bonus, so he gets a plus 12 to that. So that's going to be a 19 for him. Kane got a 12. Purity, you can roll as well. And Arch.
So hold on, what was it again? So,
Oh, I think I
Rolled
found
that
any.
20.
nice.
Nice.
Was it what was it again? The
It would be a search check.
search. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
So-
gonna let them go ahead.
That's
I
that's a
wouldn't intend
19.
on stepping on nothing.
Okay, so Purity and Sergeant Lorax in the front. You guys notice that it appears that there's a little bit of ground that appears to be kind of different. It's sunk in a little bit, and Sergeant Lorax looks on the corner and sees what looks like a bed sheet or a little piece of fabric kind of poking out. He grabs it and pulls it away, and you see a pit filled with sharpened sticks. You then proceed to walk around it. Sergeant Lorax also notices that there appears to be a tripwire that is located right after the pit that he then very quickly cuts with his knife and moves forward.
Well, while I'm passing the spike pit, I'm gonna look look down. I'm gonna speak to the pride like, smell that? You know what poison us? They spread their shit all over the tips. Make sure
Yeah, I
we
heard
die.
that. That's why it's all rainbow colored down there on them sticks.
Damn right. Be careful, don't fall in one of those shit.
So as you guys go forward, you begin smelling the aroma of something that is very familiar in this universe. Something that you used actually rather earlier, and the Lorax smells it and says, "Well, goddamn,
You
They
smell
get
that,
it.
Sergeant?
I smell that. Let's
Fucking-
go. Let's go get ourselves some elf weed."
Nah, I know this particular smell. This is Green Dragon.
So Sergeant Lorax pulls out his revolver and he's walking in. So
Can-
Sergeant Lorax
Can
is
I
going.
just grab Sergeant Lorax to stop him?
I mean, you can roll a strength roll to see if you can do that, but it's Sergeant Lorax.
I'm gonna get thrown if I try this, aren't I?
It's possible.
Because I don't think we should just try to go in.
Well, you can persuade him not to, but he's ready to start blowing heads off.
I'm gonna follow right behind him.
What do I roll for persuasion?
You roll a 1d20 plus your persuasion.
Well, it's diplomacy.
I think persuade. Oh, they don't actually have a. Oh yeah, they don't actually have a persuasion list. Yeah, it would be diplomacy.
Okay, diplomacy.
Which your diplomacy is attached to your charisma, so you only get a +1. Okay, you rolled an 11. I'm gonna roll Sergeant Lorax, and this is basically going to be his will. Yeah, no, he ain't stopping. He's going right forward. So Sergeant Lorax marches forward, and as he keeps going forward, you see that the tunnel starts to open up bit by bit to the point where you don't have to crawl through it anymore. You can kind of just walk, but walk hunched over, basically. And you start hearing voices coming from deeper in the tunnel, in addition to the smell becoming progressively more profound as you keep going closer and closer. Sergeant Lorax also recognizes that the voices you're hearing are speaking in Elvish.
Have a meth lab next to the weed.
Okay.
I'll slip my dick.
Why not?
I know Elvish.
You do? Okay, so you're going to understand what they're saying. So basically what you hear is kind of a back and forth where they're both talking about how good whatever they're smoking is. And they also said that, they also mentioned offhandedly that they took that off of somebody else.
Check your DMs.
I'm gonna roll for a spot check, see how many knife ears are in there.
Okay, Purity, we can try and make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, so Cham, you're going to roll a spot check or a listen check?
Spot check, see if there's any how many knife ears. So
Okay.
that's a 24.
It's 24. All right. Based on what you can see, because you can kind of see like the shadows, because there's basically a lamp in the room or some kind of a torch or something that's lighting up the area, so you can see the shadows on the wall. You see six elves that appear to be sitting in the room. You don't necessarily see very much other than that, although you do see on the wall there appears to be a few bows and stuff and some spears, but you don't see in the shadows and the silhouettes of the elves. You don't see them holding weapons. You see them holding massive gorilla joints.
So I'm
I
gonna
wasn't
bring out
expecting this.
my dagger,
Okay.
and I'm like relay to like, wait, how many you said there was like 3 of them?
6. Also, Sergeant Lorax is about ready to go in there and start blowing heads off.
Sergeant, I really think we should plan this out.
Private, I've done this before so many times it would make your head spin. Sit back, relax, and watch the master at work.
I want to see if there's like any one of them where we could just grab away from the rest. Like kind of
no,
stealthily?
they all appear to be kind of around the same area because they're using the torch to light the joints.
Is there a way we could wait for them to kind of hotbox the area, create like a smoke screen?
You can wait. You can see if you can wait for that. Sergeant Lorax is willing to sit there and get baked.
All right, and I'm gonna relay to him, Sergeant, we should wait till all that smoke creates like a smoke screen, and take them out one by one.
Make it easier. Yeah, let's do it that way.
Sergeant Lorax puts away his revolver and instead takes out his large Rambo knife that he keeps on his waist, and proceeds to put it in his mouth as he waits around the corner for the smoke to get a lot bigger. So I'm
gonna relay to the rest of the guys.
Mhm.
Like put their shirt over the mouth and all that. Don't inhale too much. It's good shit, but we gotta be functional.
All right. I'm going to put some of my shirt over my mouth. Not enough for you guys to see anything you want to.
All right, Kane, are you doing that too, and Arch, or are you guys just going to sit there and inhale?
Fuck it. I have a bandana. I'm gonna just pour over my face.
I was about to ask, are we allowed to have those? Damn it.
Yes, you are.
All right, I'll just use a bandana.
Yep, you guys have. Each one of you will have one. So if you want to use those, that's fine.
Ain't got no mop gear, Sarge. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just gonna huff.
All right, fair enough. You're gonna need to roll Constitution eventually. Kane, are you gonna cover your mouth, or are you just gonna take it?
I'm gonna take it like a champ.
Okay, both of you roll Constitution.
All right, crazy sons of bitches. I
Pure Constitution roll, by the way, nothing else.
Ooh.
Okay, you're both in good
She
shape.
knows what
You're
you
both in
have and
relatively
she
good
wants
shape.
it. She knows what you have and she wants it.
Party!
All right, yeah, you guys are buzzed, but you're relatively okay. So you guys, so after about 10 minutes, the smoke has kind of engulfed the whole area, because the other thing is that they weren't inhaling it as much as they were lighting them, inhaling them, and then leaving the smoldering bits like next to the torch. So it's kind of just gone up a lot. So there's a pretty thick smoke. So you're going to get a +2 to any kind of a stealth roll in addition to their inebriation. So
Okay.
Sergeant Lorax is going to move in, and he's ready to start taking out motherfuckers.
All right,
Alright,
fucking, I'm gonna roll as well for Moose Silently too.
So whoever's going to go in and start taking them out, you're going to have to roll stealth to see if you're able to go in there quickly. And if you're doing it from a range, it's still going to be an initial stealth roll. But if you do the stealth roll, then you will not initiate combat initial.
And stealth is just on the list?
Stealth, it should be move silently is
Okay.
the actual thing.
So
I rolled an
mine's
18
plus
for
10, I think it is?
Yes, yours is +10.
I rolled an 18 for mine.
Okay, so you're able to successfully move silently. Purity, you are also able to successfully do that. Again, you guys are getting pluses to those in addition to your own things.
Alright.
Arch, you do not. Even with the +2, you don't. Kane, do you want to roll as well?
Sure.
All right, so you're gonna
Kane's
roll.
just kind of along for the ride.
All
Yeah,
right.
sort of. Back up, buddy.
That one.
We're
Come
gonna
on,
start
Dana
killing
Radcliffe.
people soon.
Let's go, Dana Radcliffe.
Oh,
So what is your move silently? What gets added to that?
oh, move silently. Okay.
Yeah,
My
so
move
9
silently is
plus whatever
6,
that is.
so it's
6.
15.
Okay, so you rolled the same thing basically as Purity. So you guys are able to move silently along with Sergeant Lorax, who basically just moves like the wind, because his move silently is also a +10. So he rolled a 27. So Arch, unfortunately, you kind of like flop down on the ground like as the others have moved into position. So they all kind of look over at you and they just start laughing because they don't really know how to their brains at this point don't know how to process the situation. As you guys move into the room, you also see what appear to be vials of white substance. You're not really sure what it is. It
Oh
looks
my
like
God.
it looks like something that's also been loaded into various corncob pipes and stuff in the area too. You presume that maybe this is something they also got off of the king's nephew. So as you guys are moving into the room, I'm going to give the higher rolls, which are Sergeant Lorax, Purity, and Kane. You said you rolled a 15 as well. And Cam, what did you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Okay, so all you guys are going to get a chance to get a shot at each one of the at least one of the elves. And again, if you have the multi-shot ability like Sergeant
shit.
Lorax does,
Me
you're
too.
going to be able to take multiple things per turn.
I don't have them.
Uh,
Okay,
it's
one of
the
the
mini
one
shot,
of the
right?
elves is smoking meth.
Yep,
Have
You
one
said
of
it's a
the
mini
elves
shot, right?
smoking meth.
Not multi? Mini?
multi-shot would be if you were you could. I think you can do multiple ones in a turn. Sergeant Lorax has it. It's many shot,
Yeah, I got mini shot as well.
and you also have rapid shot, which gives
Yep.
you an extra ranged attack as well.
How do we
usually,
tell if we have that?
You would have taken it in feats. So if you look at your feats section, you should have it. You do not have that because you're based around daggers.
All right, but I have
Okay.
quick draw, so I can. So my attack's +1.
Yes, you have quick draw, which that just goes to your base attack bonus, which I already calculated in.
Oh, okay.
So whatever your base attack bonus is, I added 1 to it because you have the quick draw feat.
Fucking, I'll just use my bow then. If I'm going to use mini shot.
And Sergeant Lorax is not he's just going to take one out very quickly with his knife, and since he rolled highest, he's going to go first.
All right.
So he's going to take one out with the knife. So I'm just going to roll for that because he's literally just going to hop on the guy and start stabbing him in the neck. And he also gets his base attack bonus, which is a plus something ridiculous. Yeah, that's a plus 16. So he
27.
he basically just runs it because that'll be a 25. So he basically just runs up to the first guy, and he hits. So that Rambo knife is 2d8 damage, and since he's also getting the bonus because of the sneak attack, that's going to crit. So that's going to be a 26. So yeah, he just jams that knife through one of the elves' necks and just immediately kills him. So that one is dead. Now it goes down to, I believe, Cham is the next one on the list.
All right. So we're at 5 now.
You're at 5.
What does many shots do again?
If you have the many shots allows you to fire twice at one target, but the rapid shot allows you to fire one extra ranged attack per turn.
All right, then I'm gonna shoot at the two closest to Sergeant Lorax.
Okay, so you're going to shoot at them, and they're each going to get 2 projectiles if you're going to use many shot.
Yep. Shit.
So that
Two
means
roll
you're going to roll to hit on both of them. So you're going to roll 2 d20s.
Oh shit, that's a 29.
Okay, what's the second one?
So the second one is a 21.
Both of those will hit. So now you can roll for damage, and again, you're sending 2 projectiles downrange at once. So whatever the damage is for your crossbow, just roll double the dice for each.
That's 16 for one of them.
Mm-hmm. And
The other one was 14.
All right, that is enough to axe both of them as well. You shoot both of them in the head with arrows, and they go down. Now it is going to, I believe, Purity is the next one?
Yep.
Or is it... No, it's Kane. Kane?
I mean, we both got 15, so...
You can go first.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter who goes first, to be honest. So
All right,
you're
I'll
down to
go first then.
All right, you're down to 3, by the way. So you can aim at one of them, unless you have... If you do have the rapid shot or the multi-shot, then you can spread that a little bit.
I do not, so I'm just going to aim for the closest one I can.
Okay, what are you aiming with? A crossbow or a bow? Your bow? Your 2d10 bow?
Yeah, I'm going to use the... whatever that bow was called.
Okay, yeah, the high velocity
fuck.
bow. Yep.
High velocity, that's right.
I forgot to roll for my wolf.
You can. I'll let you roll for the wolf at the end of the combat encounter if there's any of them left.
Yeah. I just forgot to roll for
Oh,
him.
that was terrible.
I literally
Yeah, no,
forgot
you-
we had pets for a while.
Yeah. So you miss. Kane, you miss with your shot with the bow. The arrow just notches itself into the wall, and the elf you were aiming at just kind of looks up, and he's still uncontrollably laughing. So Purity, it now goes down to you, and then Cham's wolf, and then we'll see if any of the elves have the motor function to oppose you.
I got 100 bonus to my attack.
You got a 100 bonus.
Or I'm sorry, 100 bits, so bonus to my.
So that's a +2.
Yeah.
That's a 7. That's still not going to hit. Actually, sorry. What's your base attack bonus?
Let me see.
Actually, Kane, what is your base attack bonus? Because it shouldn't just be a +3. You have a base attack bonus.
Which one is attack?
It says base attack bonus. It's right below your fortitude,
Oh.
reflex,
It's right above.
saves.
Yeah.
11.
So so you get a
shit,
+11
never
to that.
mind.
Yeah. So what did you actually roll, Kane?
So mine's actually +10, so that's 15.
That will hit.
Oh,
Roll damage for the one you missed.
No,
because-
I'm gonna say we actually cannot do that.
Have a
Sorry, we have
succubus
to
so
keep
up
this
to have
PG.
fun with the party.
Or at least not adult, sorry. I'll send it to Mike, but he's gonna be the ultimate choice on this one, and I can see why we can't do that.
Double 8.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, no. That arrow goes right through his neck and pins him to the wall in the same position that he's in. He starts laughing still, but he slowly begins gurgling on his own blood and then dies.
Bitch!
Bitch.
Okay. I'm not.
We can't do that. There's
I'm,
no way.
I'm not going to have that happen in the way you think it's going to happen.
Okay.
So basically what you so now that you've taken care of that one, now Purity, it goes down to you. So that's a plus 11 to your attack roll. So that's actually a 16, so that's going to hit. So you can roll if you're using your bow, that's 2d10 damage. That's a 15. That is enough. So your arrow goes through the last one, the second to last one's head, and he is dead. So there's only one remaining there after all of this has just happened. And Sham, now you can roll for your wolf.
Sweet. Let's see.
And Purity, if you want the owlbear to join in on it and devour this random ass elf, you can do that as well.
Well, that's an 18 for the wolf.
Wolf hits. Whatever you're gonna have the wolf do, the wolf hits.
Do I just do a 1d20?
Do you have your owlbear stats up in front of you?
Hold on, let me get it. The wiki.
I sent you the link, so it should be in your DMs.
Hit
so-
points. 5d10 plus. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so
No, that's hit points.
Shit.
So 1d, so that's 6 damage. So he's just gonna bite him. So, before I say what happens, I'm gonna let Purity do her thing with the owlbear. So you have the sheet up. So all you need to do is you need to roll a d20 for his attack, and he's gonna take. I'm gonna say he has like a +5 for attack bonus. So yeah, all right, that's enough for him to hit. So then you can roll for him to attack in whatever way you choose. There's 2 attack options for the young owlbear. I believe it's a bite and a claw attack. You can choose which one you want to do. Okay. Are you using? That's the owlbear, correct?
Yeah, he's using his claws.
Okay, so between the owlbear and the wolf, that last elf is ripped limb from limb very quickly. So you have killed everybody in the room because they were so high on whatever they had, and it appears one of them probably had meth. So it's probably for the best that you eliminated all of them before they could spread that around the community. But after you have dispatched all of them, you still hear one voice, and two voices actually, and they appear to be coming from another room. If you want to do a listen check to see if you can discern what's going on, you can, or you can run in.
That's 24 for listen.
24.
Okay, that's
All right.
10 plus. I can't remember. Let me check what mine.
Your
was
listen
again.
check should be 14, so that's a 24. So you will be able to hear it as well. And Sergeant Lorax has decent enough hearing. Kane and Arch, do you guys also want to do that? Because Arch, you've kind of been getting shit rolls lately.
I'm debating on whether or not just to throw a napalm grenade in this door and say fuck it.
I mean, I like that idea.
Kill
to be
everybody?
honest.
But you
Well,
gotta think. There's only one way in, one way out.
All right. Well, but before you throw the grenade in, Purity and Sham both here inside the room. It sounds like one of them, one person who's talking is talking in Elvish, and they appear to be screaming at the other person who is talking in Common, and they're begging basically not to be harmed. So it seems like this is somebody who's a prisoner, possibly.
I can take that bet.
I'm gonna look at the
put
private.
up a grenade.
I'm gonna look at the private.
Lost, nothing gained.
I'm gonna look at the private and
Put
like
the grenade away,
drop the
private.
get the drugs. Get the drugs.
Yeah, I don't want to get the drugs. You get the goddamn drugs, Corp.
I swear to God, private, you don't put down the fucking grenade.
All right. I see how it is. You want to play?
What was that? You cut out. You cut out right. Right
I'm
as
gonna
you
go
said
ahead.
play.
I'm gonna walk off, but I'm staring at him. Just
He's just still
Grenade in
rambling
hand.
as he's walking away.
oh yeah, he's
He's
got
just
crazy
holding.
mumble.
He's just holding that grenade,
Like-
just mumbling.
Like
to
I'm
himself.
gonna whisper to him like, "I'll get you some good poontang when we get back to base."
Oh, yo.
Will you two idiots stop?
All right,
Especially the
so,
one holding the grenade, please.
So Sergeant Lorax is gonna sneak his way into the room. Actually, sorry, Sergeant Lorax is not gonna sneak into the room. Sergeant Lorax walks into the room, and I'm rolling this because he is ridiculously good. Even with a 2, it should still be more than enough for him to do what he wants to do. Yeah, so he walks into the room and immediately takes out his revolver and shoots the elf who is screaming at a man in a cage in the knee. The elf then immediately goes down, and the Lorax looks at him and says, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I shot you in the fucking knees.
Look, I'm gonna run in, like crouched over, hunched over, running like, wait, Sergeant, hold up. Let me speak to him to try to extract some information.
Why do you think I shot him in the knee instead of the head?
You got a point. Let me just speak to him, then we can pop him in the head. Does that work for you, Sergeant?
Understood, Private. But open the cage.
Private? Hold up.
Oh,
he got demoted.
Corporal, sorry, Corporal. Sorry, that's my bad.
Just out of nowhere, he
demotion.
decided to demote you.
I know, right?
Sergeant Lorax did not demote you. You're still a corporal.
So I'm gonna grab the knife ears by the hair. I'm gonna start dragging him. Get over here, motherfucker! I'm gonna throw him against the wall. I'm gonna bring out my knife. I'm like, you'll give me what we need, or you gonna fucking die. But all in Elvish.
Okay, so you're speaking in Elvish, so he can understand you. He begins sweating very profusely, and it appears that he is in an extreme amount of pain because a bullet just went through his leg.
I'm gonna jab like the knife into the bullet wound, like just start messing around in there.
He begins screaming until you remove it, I assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna like mess around. I'm gonna pull out the knife.
The more you torture him, the less we're gonna get info because he might pass out.
Shut up.
You also have the guy in the cage.
I'm gonna go talk to the guy in the cage while he acts like an idiot.
Okay, the guy in the cage looks up at you and says, "Oh, thank God! They sent somebody to rescue us. I'm Quentin. I was the one flying the balloon."
Why does he sound like Stewie?
Because I sound like Stewie.
I'm
just
disgusted
imagining-
by this
It's not
revelation.
on purpose. It's just the way my fucking voice is. So he identifies himself as Quentin. He was the balloon driver that was operating the balloon that the king's nephew was in when it was shot down. So the king's nephew is not there, however.
Do you know what might have happened to the king's nephew?
They took him away yesterday morning. I'm not sure what they did with him. They dragged him out that way through that hole. He points to the side. There appears to be an exit hole that goes out the opposite way from the chamber that you guys are in. And he points out. He says they were taking him over there. They were saying something about holding him for ransom or something. I don't know exactly, but I don't know much Elvish, only enough to get by.
All right.
So
I'm
I
going to
rolled
also break the lock of the cage and let him out.
So while she's doing that, I rolled a soft 20. It was a 15 plus my intimidation.
Okay.
For the elf.
The elf says, because you intimidated him so much, after soiling himself, he states that they did have the king's nephew, and that they were planning on using him to barter, so that they were going to keep him imprisoned and basically, threat of execution. If the kingdom ever encroaches on elven lands, they will murder him. So that's their idea, but they just transported him relatively recently, like that morning. So only like 3 or 4 hours before you guys showed up. So you may be able, if you move quickly enough, you may be able to catch him.
All right, so I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go over to Sergeant Lorax. I'm like, relay the message. Like, they were here not too long ago. If we leave now, we could probably cut them off.
I like the way you think, kid. All right, everybody rank and file. We're moving out. You, asshole in the cage, you're coming with us too. Grab a bow and a sword.
I'm gonna look at Sergeant like, Sergeant, You should probably take out the guy, the elf.
Have the king's nephew smoke weed with the elves.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sergeant Lorax just points his gun and fires it. Goes right through the elf's head. He falls over dead. Then he puts the gun back in its holster and proceeds to walk towards the exit.
We could have used it. Okay.
I'm gonna take my dagger. I'm gonna cut off one of its ears.
Hey, save one for me.
He does have 2 ears.
I'm gonna toss the ear I just cut off at him. I'm gonna cut the other one out.
Okay. So you guys gonna follow Sergeant Lorax?
Yep.
I was gonna use don't feel bad, Tenchi. I was going to suggest using the elf for bartering, but that just didn't happen.
I was gonna put a grenade in his mouth.
Of course you were.
You know what?
Well-
That might not be a bad idea to put a cave in this goddamn tunnel. Do it.
I could do that.
Can you wait till we're
could,
at
yeah.
least out?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea if you're gonna blow it up to do it after.
Yeah. Fucking.
leave. So I'm assuming, Arch, this is a crafting roll?
It should be, yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, a
But
14 is
holy
enough.
shit!
I'm not gonna count it as a because you got a 14 technically. I'm not gonna count that as a critical failure. So you do manage to jury rig some stuff up in there because the other thing is, like I said, one of the things that he did have in there was meth, which can be explosive. So you are able to rig various things in the room into a rudimentary form of explosive, and you plant that near some of the supporting areas inside the tunnel so that it will collapse in on itself.
Right before he freaking puts everything like, I'm gonna go over like, I hope you got the Dream Dragon. That shit's good.
I got everything I could carry, boss.
All right, Private. I'll meet you up. I'm gonna meet you up top.
Roger that. And I'm gonna
Alright.
keep laying out my little fucking bomb.
Okay. All right, you do that. Kane, are you doing anything? You're just gonna follow Sergeant Lorax outside.
I'm gonna follow Sergeant Lorax. He knows how to get us out of here alive. So.
Yeah,
damn
I'm following
straight he
Lorax.
does. I love this character. All right.
It's
He's
way
like,
more
I
enjoyable
want
than
to play him
freaking.
as a real character in a campaign because he's cool.
It's more enjoyable than fucking Murloc Holmes. I'll give you that.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment because you just
Fuck
wanted to
you,
murder him the whole
Murloc
time.
Holmes was amazing.
Fucking hate Murloc Holmes.
I'm never bringing him back though because I'd be too afraid that Cham would kill him. All right, so you guys are able to get out of the cave along with Quentin, who's picked up a couple of rudimentary weapons. And Arch, you have laid out some explosives inside the tunnel that you then light as you leave. And as you guys are leaving, you exit the tunnel and back into the forest, and you look back at the village which you were just under. Keep in mind, this is a village that is full of random naked elves. Also, by the way, on your way out, you also seem to notice that apparently this area may have been used as a weird sex brothel for a lot of elves because you find a bunch of cages on the way out that were filled with dead succubi. You think that maybe the elves were using them as sex slaves, but it's really weird. Then you guys exit, and after you exit, the explosion actually goes off, and the entire village implodes into the ground, into the hole. You think this may have killed a number of people, but you've caused a good amount of commotion.
Ain't she fucking pretty? Look at that barbecue.
Also, I'm assuming you lit the explosives with the napalm grenade, did you?
Absolutely.
Okay, because you also did that, that's going to continue burning, so the ground underneath is also emanating fire. So the people that fall into the hole are also being burned alive.
Private Loam has just a tear in his eye. It's so fucking beautiful, Corp.
Sergeant Lorax pats you on the back. Good job, kid. Let's
How
get
the hell
going.
did you reach up here?
Magic.
How long are your arms?
Sergeant Lorax looks at his arms for a second and then looks back up at you. Long enough, son. Long enough.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay.
All right, so he then continues to go off into the woods. Now this is another traveling phase, so if anybody wants to put anything in, you can. If anybody wants to suggest anything, I think I've covered almost all the suggestions except for the last one here, which I will try and work in.
Come on, guys! It's your chance to make a random encounter happen.
Yep, we can also do random encounter along the way, or anything else you guys seem to want. So I'm just going to give a minute for that. You guys can communicate amongst yourselves as you're traveling.
I can still smell them from over here.
They're dead elves, kid. They smell even when they ain't burning.
That is true.
I remember this one time way back when we flew over this area and we dropped a whole bunch of those things all over the forest. They were trying to burn it back for some reason. Can't remember exactly why. But everything was just torched to the ground. Beautiful.
I bet it smell like a fucking Christmas.
All right, so I'm going to give it another 30 seconds, and if we don't get anything, we're going to continue on to the next section of the campaign.
Come on, guys. Nope, I think they just want to see what happens.
Okay, we can do that. So, after you guys have gone a decent amount into the woods or into the forest.
Oh, wait. We got one.
All right, so yep, DM it to me.
Oh, okay. I'm
Okay, what
gonna
happened?
say next time, no drugs.
We've already done weed and meth. I mean, we've had cocaine in a lot of these things
I
before.
DM'd you.
Okay.
Wait, what about no drugs?
Have the fume
That's
for the
kind
mass
of
affect the
impossible
party.
to do, because it exploded. So it's not like it's like burning consistent. Like there is fire there, but that was basically incinerated upon the explosion. So I'm not going to have the entire party get high on meth. I apologize for that, but that's just kind of stupid.
Sorry.
So I can try and do something. If you want to suggest something else, you can suggest something else because I'm not going to say that's for nothing.
Dude, you can go ahead and suggest a random encounter since we can't go.
Yeah,
with that
you can do. Yeah, you put forward enough. You can suggest if you want a random encounter, if you want something else to happen, that's fine. I'm just saying that it was basically imploded and it was underground, so they're not going to be able to get fucked up on it. Unless, did you guys steal some of the meth?
I did.
Except for the
Do you guys want to get fucked up on meth?
one. They can
I
get
think-
fucked up on meth.
I think that question should be answered by the fact that I already have a pipe in my hand.
Roll Constitution. You're getting what you want.
Fuck it.
All right, Cham's rolling too.
Where's the Constitution?
It's just straight Constitution. So Cham,
Okay.
you have. I mean, Arch, you only have a 10 in Constitution.
It's a 2. 12, so +2, so 12.
Okay, +2, so 12. Okay, and I'm gonna
Oh, I
roll
got
for Lorax because Lorax is hardcore.
So I got an 18, I got a 14 plus my Constitution. No, wait, no, that's a 17. My bad.
All right,
I'll
so
grab
you're
my-
okay. Arch is relatively okay. Sergeant Lorax, however, is looking a little loopy after that, and he kind of stumbles forward a little bit. And as he stumbles forward, you hear what sounds like a hawk, and after a second, a hawk swoops down and picks up Sergeant Lorax, carrying him off into the atmosphere.
No! He had my
Atmosphere.
pipe!
The fuck?
So
Okay.
as he's flying away, Sergeant Lorax kind of looks up and he uses the dog tags to contact you. He says, "I'll be fine, boys. Keep going."
Puff, puff, pass, you tiny bastard! Throw me my pipe!
Heaven
I'm
wanted
gonna
armor.
roll dexterity. He's gonna throw the pipe back at you as he's being carried away. He has enough of a dexterity roll. He's able. That's a +5, so that's an 18. So yeah, he throws it back. You just got to catch it.
I sent you what they
Alright.
wanted.
Dexterity, okay. Fucking. God damn it.
Of course.
Is that supposed to be have
Oh!
one or heaven one?
I think have one. Or everyone. I think it's everyone.
The first real roll I got the entire time we played.
And it was to catch a meth pipe.
Hold up.
What did you roll? Did you roll a 20 to do something?
He's not allowed to use his own dice at this point.
That's kind of why the dice bot exists. What did you roll, Cham, and what are you rolling for?
Help to catch it.
You're both trying to catch the same
Yeah.
one.
They're gonna run into each other.
Did you roll a 20?
Yes.
Okay. You both go up, and it's kind of like one of those things where each one of you puts up an opposing hand, and you just cradle the meth pipe in your hand and bring it back down as
As it
gently
should be.
as a summer breeze. It is untarnished.
Like,
Except
we
for the
rolled
fact-
a
I'm gonna
double-
stand with
fact that
Kane
burning
and watch this entire thing happen.
We rolled
Yeah,
a
no,
double
this
red
is-
20 to catch
this
a
is-
crack pipe.
Yeah, meth pipe, but yeah, basically the same thing.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Enjoy
Alright,
the
so-
show.
All right, so
Yeah.
you guys, well, actually, technically, they all have armor.
We get,
but
I guess, stronger armor?
pretty much, yeah. So basically, what's going to happen is that Sergeant Lorax, as he was leaving you, he blessed you. So each one of you gets a +5 to your AC.
Sweet.
Shit.
So that is additional armor. So that was thanks to somebody in the chat who wanted you guys to have more armor.
Okay. I'm from light armor to medium armor.
Well, you're still wearing light armor. It's just more effective. So, all right. So, after Sergeant Lorax is carried away, you guys continue on, and as you continue on, you come to another clearing. Except this one is very large, and it appears that the elves have cleared this area out as an encampment. You also notice, leading up to the clearing, that there appears to be rather large animal tracks. You can discern what these tracks are, or you can go and search and look around to see the camp to see what may have made them. But they are very, very big.
Fucking I'm gonna have my wolf come over, start sniffing it,
Okay, the wolf comes over.
and I'm going
tracks.
to talk to my wolf.
Yes, you have that. You have animal speech, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go,
You talk-
after he's done, I'm gonna look around the village.
Okay. Well, it's not a village; it's just like a
camp.
area where they're camping. So you talk to your wolf, and the wolf seems to believe that it is some form of a bear, but it is a very, very large bear. You would know it as a dire bear.
A large bear? I thought Vash left already.
Oh.
Ouch. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, so you guys find a rather large bear. Or basically that's what it is. So if you want to roll a spot check on the small campsite, you can, to see what's there and see if you can pinpoint where maybe the king's nephew and other things are.
That's 26.
Okay, that's a 26 for you.
Mhm.
Anybody else want to roll for a spot check or a listen
I'm
check?
going to. Give me a second.
Okay.
It's
Again,
mine's
I
like
believe-
plus 10.
Your spot
I got
check
an
is
11.
11. Okay, and what's that? Is there anything in addition to that?
That's a spot check, so no.
Okay. Kane and Purity. Okay. So, Purity, your spot check should be larger than that.
Oh, it's really hard for me to read this paper. Sorry.
Sorry, it's fine. Your spot check is a 13 because you have 10 ranks in
Oh.
it, but you also get an addition for a couple other things. So the number you want to look at is the one that's in the white box,
Oh, okay.
not the
Have a
not the
flock
blue
of
one.
birds
But
around the
so
bear.
you get additional plus 6. That's a 17. So Cham, Kane, and Purity, you guys are, and one Arch too, because it's kind of broad daylight. So you're all able to discern that there is a rather large encampment of elves. There's about 24 elves that are in this encampment. Various ones, warriors and archers. And in the back, you see what appears to be a dire bear that is asleep. And it has a cage on the back of it, which appears to have a man sitting inside of it. You can discern that the man is probably your target.
Get him.
Hell, he looks like a bitch.
So the other thing is it is getting close to nightfall at this point. So they have made camp. This is where they will be for the night.
Let's
Alright.
wait until they're completely asleep and sneak in.
I agree. But isn't diabetes nocturnal?
Did you say isn't diabetes nocturnal?
Dire
No,
bears.
Sorry, I got an Altoid in my mouth.
No,
I said
dire bears are not nocturnal. They will sleep during the night because it is a trained bear. It's not a wild one.
All right. Yeah, we'll wait till nighttime. I'm gonna put in that phantom cigar, and you hear "ooh" as the time goes by.
Okay. So you wait a little while, and basically what winds up happening is that the sun goes down, and most of the elves go to sleep. There are 6 elves that are still up on guard duty, and they are stationed at the edges of the campsite.
All right, let's each take a side and take them out as quietly as possible, if possible.
I'm gonna ring my dog tag. I'm like, "Hey, Sasha, you there?"
You hear nothing come from the other end.
Shit, I think Sasha's dead.
Or out of range.
You see how big that fucking hawk was?
Well, it only has 100-yard range. So if he's outside 100 yards, he ain't hearing you.
That is true. Ah, shit.
Or he could be dead. It is also possible that he could be dead, but you don't know that.
I want to roll a spot check, see if I can find a area where it's the easiest to sneak in instead of causing a fucking combat scenario.
All right, so you're gonna try and sneak in and get to the cage.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you can roll a spot check to look for. Well, actually, you rolled a spot check earlier and you rolled a 26, so you should be able to discern that from broad daylight. So I'm gonna say that the dire bear itself is located in the center of the encampment. So in order to get to it, you would have to go through both. You could probably sneak by one of the guards, but you're also going to have to tiptoe through the sleeping elves in order to get to the bear.
So I'm gonna ask around like, so who here can move silent, can move quiet? We don't wake these motherfuckers up.
Pretty decent one.
I think I can.
I can't. I'm too dummy thick.
How much do you
Alright.
weigh?
I don't think I weigh that.
So he's Jack
Be a
Black's
ranger.
character.
I actually do have a very good move silently, if I'm being honest. I did put one of those in.
I've got a good move silently. I can try.
Well, like,
I'm not
yeah,
even
kinda-
gonna get near this. There's no
you
way.
also notice that around the bear appears to be birds that have kind of come in, and they're sort of eating the leftovers from the garbage and stuff from what the elves had been eating for dinner. So there are kind of birds that are in the area too that could alert people. Thank the chat for that one.
What if we try to disguise ourselves like elves and then sneak in?
Well, you
I
already
actually
said
do
what-
speak Elvish.
and so does Cham. But you're also going to have to disguise yourself as elves, which is going to be
So-
interesting, considering none of you have the physical characteristics, even purity, because half elves basically look like people.
Well, I have disguise.
Yes, you could use that, assuming you can find elements to disguise yourself.
So we
So,
knock out a guard and steal their outfit.
so I'm gonna be
Or
like,
kill him.
so I'm gonna look at Lombax. I'm like, Lombax, me and you, we're gonna go sneak in. Other two stay behind, just in case. If we get spotted, take them out. You on Overwatch duty?
Say Overwatch.
I call mercy. I mean, yeah, sure, boss.
Man, that's the biggest reason why I stopped playing Overwatch, because they massacred my girl Mercy.
Look
I was
what
a
they
mercy
did to
man.
my
Every
girl.
character.
They fucked her over bad.
Unless you're diva, nobody cares.
So,
Fucking DPS mains over here.
alright. So I'm gonna relay, like, I'm gonna have fucking me and Lombax is gonna go over, like, sneak in. Well,
You fucking racist.
We wait before you guys go in. I gotta show
Said
this to Mike.
Yeah, send it to me.
I hope it's something bad, so that means I'm
Okay.
happy not to go in.
All of you roll a d20 and tell me who gets the highest roll.
I did
Oh,
get
yay.
some stuff from the armory, remember?
Is there any bonuses or just the straight D20?
I got 15.
Straight d20, no bonuses.
I got
I
a
got-
fucking 8.
I got a 15.
All right,
Damn,
Art,
Shirty,
you
I'm
got a
double
13, and Cham, you got an 18. Okay, so Cham, as you're searching through your
Have a magic
as you're
potion
searching
to
through your
change someone's
bag, you
appearance.
find a potion of disguise, which should allow you you or any other member of the party to disguise themselves as an elf.
Hi.
Sergeant Lorax may have slipped it into your supplies earlier.
So how I guess the best question is how can I roll, say, a persuasion roll on a certain teammate of mine?
Which one of us?
Cham was the one who gets the potion, yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to drink the potion. It was just in his supplies. That's why I had you all roll. So he can give it
Oh.
to you.
No, I wasn't gonna convince him to give it to me. I was gonna convince him to give it to his wolf.
Oh my god.
That's so fucking stupid.
You know, fuck it. Let's do it.
All right, well, what do you want the wolf to be disguised as? Because Cham, you're gonna have to communicate that to the wolf so it knows what to transform into.
Well, I know how to speak to animals. You see?
Yeah, no. I know. I'm just saying
All
that
right.
you have to do that. So do you want it to transform into an elf?
No.
What do you want it to transform into?
Sergeant Lombax. Lorax.
But
You want him
why?
to
That's
trans-
wasting a fucking potion, you
I don't
idiot.
give a fuck.
The wolf trusts you, so it will do as you command. Do you give it the potion?
Oh god, you people are stupid. Oh, my team is stupid.
All right.
Can I please just sneak
You-
away from these idiots?
Move silently. Roll. So
I'm
Cham,
going to.
you give the potion to the dog, or to the wolf, and it transforms into Sergeant Lorax. However, it's Sergeant Lorax who is on all fours and he barks.
This is so fucking stupid. I'm going to roll hide. Fuck this. I know what's about to happen.
Okay, so what are you gonna do with this though? He's stuck like that for an hour.
That's
Oh,
it. I'm
you-
hiding because I know what's gonna happen.
You successfully hide because that's a 25. So you
I'll
sneak away.
hide too.
Roll.
What would
So you're
this
gonna roll
be?
hide.
Would
Whatever.
this be
Whatever that.
move silently?
No, it would be hide. There is an actual hide stat if you're gonna
Oh,
hide.
shit.
Unless you're just going to stealth out of the area and you're not gonna hide.
I definitely want to hide. Let me see if I have any bonuses to move or hide. I think I do.
It's in alphabetical order, so hide is
You
right
need
below
an
heal.
adult. How do you think we feel?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, technically, I'm supposed to be one, but I just let this shit happen.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you get for a hide? Oh yeah. Oh, you rolled a nat 20. You're basically fucking. You just turn invisible and they don't even fucking see you, and you just walk off.
Ghost.
So the only two that are left there right now are Arch, Cham, and Cham's wolf that has been turned into a version of Sergeant Lorax.
I keep calling him Lombax for some reason.
I fucking installed sprinklers outside my window in my apartment and it just fucking sprays the shit out of it.
That's stupid. They should have the angle on those set better. But the
It gets weirder.
did you send it to me?
I'm about to.
Okay.
I don't even. Good luck.
Have magic
Okay,
potion
I'm gonna
rain from
need
the sky.
specifics on what that potion is.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to pick the potion. You don't have to use the super chat for the picking of the potion.
No, you don't. You just need to send it in the chat, and then she's gonna relay that information to me.
This is gonna be interesting. Meanwhile, I'm just going to quietly signal you people are idiots.
Welcome to the platoon, sweetie.
Oh god. There's a reason two of us hid.
Yep, there was a reason why two of you hid. So you guys can actually move along the tree line if you'd like.
Transformation potion.
Transformation into what's okay. So
Just make it random. It's you're the DM. It's up to you.
okay, so there's another potion that actually, sorry, purity.
Yes.
This is in your supplies because you went to the supply depot. So they or the requisitions area. So they actually tossed this in along with your supplies. Maybe it was by accident, but it appears to be a potion bottle with an explosive strapped to it. You're
What
not sure.
the hell?
You're not sure what the potion does.
All right, I'm gonna aim it at the enemy. What do I have to roll?
You're gonna have to roll a strength check to chuck that thing, and you can light it right before you chuck it, so you don't have to roll for that.
All right, so that's strength.
So it's just a straight strength roll. Your strength modifier, I believe, is just a 1.
Yeah. It's fine. I know what I did wrong.
As do I.
Raw.
Oh, wow. Okay, you rolled a 19. All right. So you chuck that, and it actually explodes over the central part of the encampment. And as it explodes, it proceeds to rain the potion down over the entire encampment. More specifically, right around the area where you are. So about a little over half of the elves are affected by this potion, and that is a potion of transformation. Now, unfortunately for the elves, that potion transforms them all into rats.
Now, if
Oh,
only
I was
it
thinking it was
hit
going to be
the
Asian
diagram.
orange.
So they're all transformed into rats, which they'll stay that way for a while. But the explosion also wakes everybody else up in the village, including the bear. So the bear is now awake, and it is a very large bear, by the way. It's about 12 to 13 feet tall. And it is, and the other elves are also the other dozen elves that were not affected, including the 6 guards.
Come here, Cubby. I'm gonna keep you hidden with me.
Who, the owlbear?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know you named it Cubby. So, all right. So, you keep the owlbear safe, but now the elves are starting to search around the woods. So you guys have options here. You can either try and engage the elves. You can try and continue your stealth, but the bear is now standing up, which means that the cage on its back is now up by about, somewhere around the 14 to 15 foot mark off the ground.
So, who wants to try to get up there? Which one of you?
I do have athletic feet, which gives me better on climbing shit.
Well, you and Sergeant Lorax can go do that. I'm gonna stay here with Cubby.
You mean the wolf that's in the
Yes,
form of
the
Sergeant
wolf.
Lorax? Because
The
he's not as badass as Sergeant Lorax.
I'm pointing out how stupid it is.
It is.
Eh,
All right, so what are you guys gonna do?
fuck it, let's engage.
All right, you're just gonna come out guns blazing. So that
Yep.
is a dozen elves. But I'm gonna roll because they're gonna go in teams of 2, and then the bear is also going to be attacking you as well.
Okay.
So are you just going out? Or are you bringing Arch with you, or?
Whoever wants to join in, join in.
I'll go with him.
Because I was going to sneak in, but someone had to throw a fucking explosive.
That was the chat's fault.
I
So-
did nothing wrong. There was forces that I couldn't control.
This is true. So you guys go out basically and start confronting the elves and make yourselves known. The elves immediately move in to try and engage you. Keep in mind there is a lot of open ground, and most of them are archers, so they are going to be able to fire at you.
I wasn't going to say I'm going to go out in the middle.
Well,
I was gonna be like-
you're not in the middle. You're out up by the tree line, but the elves do see you, and the elves are in the middle.
All right,
Yep.
I gotta send you the next
Have the
one.
rats attack
Yep,
the
send me the
bear.
next one.
By the way, Twitch, I'm a little disappointed in you guys tonight. You guys are disappointing me. YouTube's taking the lead.
Okay. I can work that in. That's not too bad. Okay, so you guys you guys step out, but they do notice you, so that is going to initiate combat.
All right.
So are you also is your Sergeant Lorax Wolf also going to engage?
No, he's going to hide.
He's gonna hide? Okay, so it's just you and Arch that are gonna engage. So
No,
both of you
that's,
are gonna have to roll initiative, and I'm gonna have to
21.
roll 7 initiative rolls for the elves because it's gonna be 2 groups of 2 elves each, and the bear.
Well, that's 21 for me. It's 17
Okay,
and my
and
initiative
Arch, I'm
modifier.
as
assuming
well.
yours is massive because that's gonna have an additional attack bonus.
Oh, then yeah, it's 24.
Okay, so hang on a second. Let me roll for the elves and the bear. So that's 6 d20 or 7 d20. All right, so we have a 20. All right, so that's the order
We
that they're
got,
gonna go.
we
in
got
after
100
you
bits,
guys.
defense buff to try to save the life of the first party member who needs it.
Okay, so when we have so whoever
Sorry, I
is
didn't
going to
mean to
get
read that one
attacked
out
first,
loud.
no, it's fine. So whoever's going to get attacked first is you're going to get a +2 to your armor, which is probably going to be Cham.
Well, he rolled higher. I had a 21, so he has a 24.
Oh yeah, so Arch is going to go first. So yeah, it'll probably be him. So Arch, you're going to get a +2 to your defensive bonus, and you're also going to be going first. So what are you going to do?
I got another one of them napalm grenades. There's enough people grouped up anywhere to get hit by it.
You can probably hit at least one of the groups of 2 with it. They are spread out a bit because they they basically kind of like grouped up in like a semicircle in the open area with the bear in the middle. So there's enough where if you want to hit one of the groups, or you can throw it at the bear.
I'm gonna hit the bear.
But keep in
Okay.
mind, fucking our
Yeah, your target is on its back, but he is high enough where those flames shouldn't reach him unless the bear dies and keels over, and then he'll fall into the fire.
Well, if I spook the bear, it'll run, right?
That bear is not getting spooked. That's a dire bear. That thing's gonna rip you limb from limb.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill the bear. I don't. This man can stand some burns and some
All
missing
right,
legs.
but you're gonna use the grenade. So roll a strength roll to chuck the grenade in the appropriate spot, and we'll see if. And then you roll 4d6 for the damage. All right, I'm gonna say with your attack bonus that is enough. So you're able to throw the grenade appropriately. Roll 4d6 to see what happens.
Damn.
All right, that's 15
15
damage. So you scorch the bear's legs, but it doesn't appear to be too terribly injured. You seem to have just pissed it off for the most part. And
Eat
as
shit,
that
Yogi.
and as that happens, all of the rats that appear to be the remaining elves that were turned into rats, are also in the middle of that kind of firestorm. So as a defense reaction, they all climb onto the bear and begin nibbling at its legs. So the bear is going to take an additional 1d10 damage from the rats gnawing at it.
what kind of dishonored bullshit is this?
This is stuff from the chat. So that's another 9 damage. So in total, he took that turn. The bear itself took 24 damage. So I'm just going to keep track of this because I do have all of its health facts written down. So now, Cham, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna be using my good old mini and rapid shot. So I'm gonna try to take out 2 guys.
All right, so you're going to aim at a group of 2, I would assume.
Yep.
Okay.
And
so-
plus, with my far shot and weapon finesse, I take no freaking.
Yep, you're well within range, even if you didn't have that, so you're fine.
The other one is 17. Plus my attack, that'll be 28.
Mhm.
And 18, that is a 29.
All right, so the first one is a 29.
27 and
it's
29.
the thumbnail. Okay.
Both of those will hit, so you can roll for damage on both.
Fucking, that is a 17
Okay.
for the first one. And the other one is a 19.
All right, you're able to put an arrow through each one of their heads, so that group of 2 is down. So now there is only the dire bear who can still attack, and 5 groups of 2 that are left of the elves. The rats again are still kind of gnawing at the dire bear's legs, but they're not doing lethal damage, and they will be burned up by the next turn probably because they're already lit on fire. But now that it is your turn is over, it is the dire bear's turn, and the dire bear does not want anything to do with either one of you, but he is very angry at Arch because of the fire grenade. So he's going to go and attack, and his hang on a second, let me his stats real quick because I know
Is he even able to get to us since he's in the middle, and we're up in the tree line?
He has enough movement range where he can get to you.
Yeah, now we got the prisoner here. See, all good ideas.
So he's going to move, so he's not going to do a full attack. He's only going to be able to do 1 out of his 2 attacks because he's going to have a movement action. He's going to do a full movement action before that. But his claw attack gets a plus 19.
This is getting weird.
All right, we'll send it
Hold
to
on.
me. See
Sorry,
how-
I had to deal with something with
Thinking that it
YouTube in
wasn't
the
gonna be
background.
Yep. whoop.
Thanks for the roll in the wrong one.
God fucking damn it! I put that in the DMs. I was wondering why it wasn't coming up. Okay, and so that's a 29. So he's gonna hit you, Arch. And he does. Let's see here. That claw attack is going to do 2d4 plus 10.
Have the rats clogged up bear windpipe.
I
so
don't
he's
know
gonna-
how you're going to even use that.
You only rolled. All right, so Arch, that's 12 damage to you from the bear.
That ain't nothing, Yogi.
Yogi.
Okay. So I can work that in a little bit. All right. So after the bear attacks you, Arch, it's standing over you, but the remaining rats that are still alive on top of it, that are still kind of on fire, begin crawling in the bear's mouth, and it begins kind of gnawing and eating at them. So it's going to be distracted on its next turn. So it's only going to get one attack, even though it's within range at this point to attack more than once per turn. And again, you can thank the chat for that one. So that's going to happen, but now it's also going to go down to the other series of elves. So the last one there, the 3 that got rolled, that was the group that Cham killed. However, you still have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other groups of elves. And they are all now that Arch has been hit by the dire bear, they're all going to aim at you, Cham, unless the other guys want to come out of the woods and help.
Bring it, bitches.
Can I try sneaking up behind the bear to get up on its back for the
It is surrounded. Well, at this point, it's over near where Arch is, which is on the sort of on the opposite side of the forest, because you moved around to one side to throw that little thing because you hid. So it'll take a full movement action for you to get up there, but yes, you can do that. The only thing you're gonna do is you're not gonna be able to do anything else on the turn other than get to it and roll to get up on top of it.
All right, so I just roll a d20.
You're gonna have to roll for move silently, so the bear doesn't notice you and the other elves. So that's gonna be a d20 plus move silently.
Okay, let me see. Move silently. So that's 10, I think.
Where are you rolling?
No, I'm looking at my sheet.
Oh, you're looking at move silently on your sheet is a 13.
Okay.
All right, that's an 18. So you're able to move silently behind the bear. Now you're just going to have to roll a climb check in order to climb up the back of it and get to the cage where the guy is.
Okay. That shouldn't be too hard. Hold on. Chat just put something.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Send it to me.
Good luck.
Okay. I can
Have the
I
bear
can manage
sit on
that.
one of the male party members.
That's actually not as outrageous as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so you guys have now so Purity, that's your climb check, the second one there, right? The 21?
Yep.
Okay, so you successfully climb up the back of the bear and you are at the cage. And that is going to be your turn. Now, the next one, Kane, are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to sit in the woods and let everybody die?
I was planning on doing something, but I was just waiting for the right moment to strike.
All right,
Well, do you want to do it now or do you want to wait?
I might as well do it now.
Okay,
The right moment is before we're all dead. Just so
that
you
is correct.
So I'm gonna try and do a sneak attack on the bear's head. Since I'm still hiding, I should get an advantage to this, right?
That is correct. You will get a +2 because you're still concealed.
All right.
And the
So
bear
let's
is
go.
unassuming. So you'll be able to
Oh.
fire at its head. And that, if you do hit, that is a critical attack.
All right. So I'm gonna go for it. And I'm gonna use the whatever the fuck that bow was called. I already forget again.
The high velocity bow. Yep.
Yeah. And this is a +12. So.
That will hit.
All right.
So roll for damage.
2d10.
And like I said, that's critted. So whatever you roll is going to be ×2.
Hi, little guinea
26.
old lady face.
Okay, so you did 26 damage to the bear. So that hurt the bear quite a bit. You hit him in one of his eyes. So that arrow went in pretty good though, because that bow is very, very powerful. So you did 26
we got
damage.
a gift sub. So, Minute gets to choose something that happens, a buff or debuff.
Yeah, he did tier 1 sub.
Yep.
So that means
wants
he
a
gets
buff.
to choose. So that means you get to do a +10. So what do you? So Minuteman, who do you want to give the +10 to? That's the question.
Do it, Minute. You know you
Does
want.
he want to give it to the damage roll that Kane just
Vash
did?
is not playing
No,
today.
he's not.
No, Vash
unfortunately.
is not here. He was in the mech campaign.
Buff the bear.
You want to buff? So you want to buff the bear's defense? So that's going to be a -10 to the damage roll. So
So it's 16
Kane, that
now.
means you're only going to do 16 damage to him, because that's basically it's going to be a -10 debuff to you. It's not going to be a +10 to the bear, but same idea.
Damn you,
so,
Minute.
so he's gonna take less. So he's only gonna take 16 damage. So let me just write that down on his sheet, so that way I know exactly
He's
how much
cheering
health
for the
he has
bear.
left. And now all the other archers are going to be able to fire. And since they're all firing in order, I'm just going to roll them all at once. Which, by the way, the combat order at this point is going to be Arch, Cham, Purity, Kane. Arch, Cham, the Dire Bear, Purity, Kane, then the rest of the elf, because of when you guys chose to jump in. Actually, sorry, Purity, you're not in the attack order because you were silent. So it's Arch, Cham, the Dire Bear, Kane, rest of the elf. So let me just very quickly do this for the elves, because those are 5 sets of 2, so that's 10 d20s. So let's see. All right, so we have 4 hits, and the other ones are all misses. So 6 misses and 4 hits. So those 4 hits, each one of those bows does 2d8 damage, and they are all aiming at Cham.
Oh,
Bye, Cham.
So if they're all 2d8, that means it's going to be 8d8 damage.
Sham's really gonna feel this one.
Is gonna be fucking the.
oh, am I able to use my evasion?
These are not attacks that can be evaded
Okay,
in
Alex,
that.
you did
those are
you did 2 tier 2 gifts.
so what? How much is that in terms of? He did 2 tier 2 gifts.
Okay, no, only 1 tier 2. I hate how Twitch does it.
Is that a sub?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so a
got
tier 2 sub. So what did we decide was that? That was going to be in addition to the encounter?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me.
Okay, I believe that's what it was. So that's going to be in addition to the encounter. So, Cham, you're going to take 41 damage from those arrows.
And you said I can't evade?
Not those, because the evasion skill is for like AoE. Like if somebody did like an AoE attack where you have a saving throw where you can get out of the way. Unless you have like deflect ranged attacks or something like that on your guy, which I don't think you do, because that's mostly a monk skill, or that's mostly a feat you associate with like monks and fighters
Have a
and stuff.
strong
wait,
breeze
wait.
of wind blow the
Mhm.
arrows back at the
I
elves.
got it.
DM it to me.
We're having I think we're having a battle going on here.
Breeze will blow the arrows. All right. So I'm gonna do you one better for whoever just for the guy that just sent that, because this is going to be funny. So as the elves fire all of their arrows towards Cham, a massive rock hurls through the air and lands in front of him, blocking the arrows from hitting him. The arrows glance off the rock and harmlessly go into the ground nearby. As you look over from where you saw the rock come from, you see what appears to be a giant tree ant, and on its shoulder is Sergeant Lorax.
Fuck yeah.
Sergeant Lorax looks down on the battlefield and goes, "My name is the Lorax. I speak for the trees."
So prepare to die, you fucking disease. He then proceeds to whisper in the tree ant's ear, which goes down, and then proceeds to football tackle the bear out of the way.
I'm on top of the bear, damn it!
Well, that's unfortunate because you're going to have to roll strength to hang on to that cage.
Why do you people
This is
hate me?
amazing.
Yeah, they blew you up in the last campaign, didn't they?
Fuck!
So you do not hang on. So you fly off the back of the bear and land on the ground. I'm going to roll. You're going to take 1d10 damage from the fall. All right, that's a 7. So you took 7 damage from the fall, but you're okay. You're just kind of bruised up. But the tree ant then proceeds to start smacking the dire bear repeatedly as the remaining elves appear to be kind of skittish, but they begin immediately aiming at the tree ant and not paying attention to you guys. So all that 41 damage is then going to also be, they're going to fire again, and I'm just going to say it's going to hit again in the same order. They're going to do 41 damage to the tree ant, which then proceeds to keep smacking the shit out of the bear as it's on the ground.
Well, okay, if we want to do this, I'm fine with it, but I have to see what the DM says.
Now the only question I have for that is, did you want it to be one of those things to prevent the damage from the fall specifically? I'm assuming that's what you mean by that. So just give me a quick second. I'm just going to double check something on Sergeant Lorax.
Have a force field around Purity.
Okay.
Protected.
So as Purity, as your character is falling from the bear, Sergeant Lorax uses his magical plant powers, and a group of vines shoots out from the forest to cushion your fall. You take no damage.
He did say yes, just you were saying it too.
Fair enough. That's what I figured he meant by it. So, yep. So you don't take that 7 damage. So you're okay. Sergeant Lorax saved all of you by coming in with the tree ant, and the bear is now distracted. So you guys can take out the remaining elves while while the tree ant is dealing with the bear.
Thank you,
Sweet.
Sergeant Lorax.
I'm Sergeant Lorax. This is the shit I live for.
We need to get you a hobby.
I have a hobby. It's called killing elves
Fair enough.
and talking to trees.
Fair enough.
By the way, that's Steve.
Hi,
he points
Steve.
He points over to the tree that keeps smacking the dire bear while it's on the ground. The tree stops for a second, looks over to Purity, and waves at you for a second when you mention its name, then goes back to smacking the bear. This might also be an opportunity for you to remove the cage. Or to get the person who's inside of it out.
Do you guys want me to do it, or one of you guys gonna do it?
It's completely up to you guys if you
Well-
want to, or if you
Well,
just
it's
want to.
you're the one that's on top of him.
No,
No,
I
she
got
got-
thrown
she got
into the
tossed off.
ground.
Oh yeah.
She got tossed off when the bear got football tackled.
Well, I'm trying to kill the rest of the.
Okay, well that's fine. If she wants to do that, then she can do it on her turn. But that was also all of the elves' turn. So now it is back to Arch, and you are still able to stand up and do stuff.
Oh, that's surprising, actually. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a regular shot at the nearest enemy.
What are you gonna take a shot at? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
The nearest bad guy.
There are a few elves that are kind of startled
bear
by what
for the
just
cage
happened.
down in the
There's
ground.
groupings of
Hold
2, so there is
on.
2 near you. Send it to me.
Damn, son. Thank you. I think you can work that one in.
I'm not sure how to read that because phonetically it doesn't make sense.
I'll write out.
Yeah, just write it out for me so I know what it actually is saying because it's a little different. Okay. All right. So the cage is actually attached to the bear, So as the bear fell down, the rope that was holding the cage on snapped. So the cage was able to fall off of the bear and is sitting on the ground. So you should be able to open the cage without getting too close to, the bitch smacking going on. But we will get to that on your turn. So Arch, what exactly? So you want to attack one of the? Are you aiming with your bow? Or are you aiming with your crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can aim with your crossbow. Roll to attack.
Got a 17, boss.
That'll hit. That's 15. That's enough to take one of them out. So you shot him through the back, right through the neck. So he goes down. His buddy's still there though, but his buddy is too busy aiming his arrows at the tree ant that's beating the shit out of the dire bear.
You
So
fucking
Champ,
people better pay attention.
so now I believe it's technically the dire bear's turn, but he's kind of on the ground in a prone position. So I'm going to say that his turn pretty much gets skipped this round. So now it goes down to Champ.
Well, I was before the dire bear anyway, so.
Technically, yeah, but the dire bear. Well, were you before? Because I thought the dire bear came up. Oh, yeah, sorry, you were, but we're still going to skip the dire bear's turn. But you can go.
All right, fucking multi-shot, fucking rapid shot. Let's go, baby.
Yep.
So
Roll your doubles.
all right, that's a 15,
Okay, that is enough to hit.
and that is a soft 20.
That is definitely enough to hit. So both of those will hit their targets.
All right. That's a 9. That's a 9. That's an 18 for the first one.
Okay, and the second one.
God damn it. That's an 18 again.
Those are 2 kills, so those 2 guys are down. So you've eliminated. So the remaining elves. So you've eliminated another group of 2, and Arch killed 1.
Have
So
the
that means
bear
I
shoot
believe
lasers
you have
out of his
5
eyes.
remaining. Send it to me.
Hold on, I'm
Son
trying
of a
to.
bitch.
The chat thing is freezing up. There we go.
Yep.
I
Fucking
don't even know anymore.
I rolled the same fucking numbers twice.
Okay.
2 9s.
All right. So I can work that in, but we'll do it at the end. So the elves are in disarray, and somebody actually put forward some things to buff this encounter a little bit earlier. I think it was Minuteman, in addition to something, or maybe it was something else as well. But there was a tier 1 that was put in to buff certain things, or tier 2, I should say. So as you guys are slowly picking those off, you see what appears to be an elven shaman emerge from the corner of the woods.
I swear to God, if he brings back the dead.
No, he does not bring back the
I
dead.
swear to God.
It's worse.
No, he does not. So what he does is he casts a spell, and he's kind of like a druid, but he casts the spell on the dire bear, and the dire bear proceeds to heal some of its wounds and looks up at the tree ant as it fires laser beams out of its eyes. Those each do 2d10 damage, and that's going straight for the tree ant.
No.
And since it's point blank, I'm not going to roll for attack. They are going to hit.
No.
So each one of those does 2d10. So that's 4d10 damage to the tree ant.
What was the tree ant's name again?
Steve.
Steve. No.
So that's 23 damage to the tree ant. So the tree ant is still pretty okay. There's not too much wrong with him, but he did take enough singeing to get him off the bear for a change. So let me just write down that information for the tree ant, because the tree ant is going to take here. Okay. All right. So the tree ant, I have the damage clocked in. The bear did heal about 10 health from that blast, in addition to gaining the short-term ability to fire laser beams from its eyes for 1 turn. You also still have that elven mage that is over there in the corner. So now that that's all said and done with, now it goes down to, I believe, Kane.
Kane, go after the elven mage.
I mean, I'm down.
You are well within range to shoot him if you want to try and do that.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So roll to attack.
What? Oh, I did that wrong.
Yeah, that is not. Change that up a tiny bit.
We know what number
There we
you
go.
like to get.
16 is appropriate. That will hit. And so you're
Alright.
using your 2d10 bow, so you can roll that.
Nice.
All right, 15. You put an arrow right through his neck, and he goes down. So that's another snipe off for you. So he's not going to be casting that laser beam spell on that bear anymore. But and he's not doing much anymore. He's on the ground bleeding profusely from his neck. So you sniped him with 15 damage from the shadows. At the same time, Purity, do you want to engage in combat? If not, then it's going to go to the remaining elves.
I was gonna try to go get the cage again.
Okay, if you want to go do that now, you can go do that. So you're going to try and go and unlock the cage?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use, so you're going to roll a d20, and you're going to add on to that your, I believe it's literally called open locks. Yeah, open lock. So that's going to be your dex bonus, so that's just going to be a +5, and that's it. Eight, you do not unlock the cage.
Fuck you.
So you do not unlock the cage. The cage is still locked, and he's still in there. But
He's
he
been
comes up.
amazingly silent this entire time.
Well, that was what I was about to get to. So he comes up. He's, oh my god, they've been doing nothing but asking me for more weed for the last 4 days, and I don't know how. They want me to grow it, but I don't know how.
Wait,
Please, God.
that's all they wanted is weed?
That's all the soldiers wanted.
I have an idea.
Well, that was all the soldiers wanted. The higher ups wanted him for ransom. They literally told you that, but all the soldiers just want him to provide more weed.
And all the soldiers are dead, aren't they?
No, you still have archers that are alive. There's, I believe, 5 archers that are still alive, including and the dire bear.
Do I have enough to call? Do I have enough moves to call out to the archers?
For what?
If they switch to our side, we'll get them lots and lots of weed.
Roll a diplomacy check. So it's a d20, and that's plus your diplomacy score, which is a +1 because of your charisma. So that's it. So it's just d20 +1. I'm gonna roll collectively for the elves. Okay. So the remaining elves, seeing what horrors have happened already, agree to give up in exchange for more weed because they can just say that a bunch of Calgar people came and killed all their friends, or like a jungle beast or something like that. Except the only thing is that the elves are okay with stopping, but the dire bear is not. The dire bear is going to keep mauling.
Aim your arrows at the dire bear, please.
You rolled high enough, and they rolled low enough where that is still possible. So their attack rolls are going to go against the dire bear, and I believe there are 5 of them remaining. So I'm going to roll 5 d20s. The first 2 hit, the last 3 do not. Each one of those is, I believe I said, was 2d8. So that's going to be 4d8 damage. Or sorry, 1d8, so that's going to be 2d8 in total. So that's going to be 11 damage to the dire bear, so that basically just kind of negates the healing well that just happened to him. So he's still in relatively good condition. But now it's also going to go down to the treant, who is going to unleash his true hatred and pain onto the thing. And in addition to that, Sergeant Lorax is also going to get a turn should the treant fail.
Go, Steve!
Yep. So Steve's gonna go. So he gets a slam attack per turn, which is a +10. So I'm gonna roll that. So 1d20. Whoop. It still works. So he rolled a 6. So he misses with the slam attack. The bear kind of backs out of the way. However, Sergeant Lorax is there, and Sergeant Lorax has pretty much all the same things that Cham does, except he has it in revolver form. Because he holds 2 revolvers in his hands, and he's going to unload those things on that dire bear. So this is going to be very horrible. So each one of those does 2d8 damage, so he's going to be doing a total of 4d8 if he lands, and he also has the advanced critical on that, so we're going to see what that winds up being. So he's going to roll 2d20, one for each gun. Both of those will hit. So and also both of those will crit because they're both within 17, so both of those totals will double. So he's gonna. So I gotta roll 4d8. 17. So that is going to wind up being doubled into 34 damage. And the other thing is that because of the way Sergeant Lorax is spec'd, basically, he also gets an addition. He has the same thing that you do, Cham, where he also gets the many shot, so he shoots twice per attempt. So that's going to basically double that again. So he does 68 damage to the bear in one turn. The bear dies.
Yay!
Sergeant Lorax riddled the thing with revolver bullets until it fell down and died.
Okay.
He then stands on top of it with the gun still smoking in his hands and looks down upon you and says, "Good job, boys. This is the best adventure I've had in a long time."
All right.
Sweet.
I'm going to aim at the elves.
Hell no, you're not. They're on our side now.
Nope. They're elves.
I'm joining them.
Sergeant,
so
help me.
They're elves, Sergeant.
Certainly, I'll help. The sergeant is going to roll to kill the elves as well.
Damn it.
Okay, so all of you guys roll attack rolls. They're all going to be attacks of opportunity because the elves are not expecting it after the sudden truce.
I'm also going to send my wolf to kill the rat elves.
No, they're all dead. They all burned up.
Oh, they all burned? Okay.
Yeah, they all burned eventually. They're all
I
dead.
tried. I really tried.
However, you do see that your wolf that is still in the form of Sergeant Lorax, which confuses the shit out of him, by the way, comes up with a dead rat in its mouth and presents it to you. He sits there and barks.
So I rolled a 27 and a 21.
All right, yeah. Oh God, Arch, you.
Yep.
So that's gonna double, right? Because you rolled a 20.
Yep.
So that's 24 damage. So yeah, that elf is dead. And then I'm gonna roll
come
again
on.
for Sergeant Lorax. Both of Sergeant Lorax's attacks hit.
18.
One of them crits.
18 and 16 were my two
Those
rolls.
will both hit.
Well, no, those are attack rolls.
Those are damage rolls.
Damage rolls, yep.
Both
18
of
and
those will
16.
hit and kill their targets. That means there's only 2 left, and Sergeant Lorax just has to roll his damage. And again, one of those will crit. So the first one, which rolls an 11, that's going to crit to a 22. That is going to kill one, and the other one is enough to maim the. Since it doesn't crit, it's enough to maim the other elf enough where he's pretty much disabled. However, Sergeant Lorax proceeds to go down to him and say, "This is for being an elf." He then puts one through his head, and then the encounter is over. He looks over to Steve and says that he is very proud to serve with him one more time. He also asked Steve if he would transport them out of the forest since nobody's going to fuck with the treant.
Really quick, the chat says dishonor on you, dishonor on your whole family, and dishonor on your cow to Art, Cham, and Mike.
Hey.
It's Sergeant Lorax. It's not me.
Hey,
Sergeant Lorax is a badass.
they're elves. But here, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. It doesn't matter because they all get burnt down anyways in the future.
Yeah, that's something that happens decent ways in the future. It's
Yep.
you're a well amount of years off from that right now. But regardless, you have killed all the elves. You have killed the dire bear, and the only thing is that the king's nephew is still stuck in the cage. However, the treant reaches his hand down and simply breaks the cage apart to free him.
Thank you,
so-
Steve.
Impurity, why couldn't you do that?
Steve smiles and
Can I
gives
just
a
shoot
free
him?
version. Who?
I
Kane.
didn't see nothing, Inferno.
Why do you want to shoot Kane? What does Kane want to do?
He knows what he said.
Kane, what do you want to do?
I didn't do anything, is what I said.
Oh God!
What,
All right, so the treant, Steve, basically Sergeant Lorax climbs up on his shoulder and says that you guys can have a ride. He's going to bring you out of the forest. That way you don't have to deal with any more fuckery.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's go.
Come on, Cubby.
All right. You guys all pile onto the treant, and he carries you out of the forest, Twin Towers style. And you guys are able to rescue the king's nephew, and you have successfully completed Fantasy Vietnam.
Yeah. Fuck those elves. I love how the
Good.
I love how the entire time fucking Fury is like, we gotta be morally correct.
No, we fucking don't. But the elves are on our
Nah.
side. Those ones were anyway. You just had to give them
Nah,
some
fuck
weed.
them. Yeah,
You
you
also-
don't know.
he wasn't going to give up the weed.
Yeah, I'm not
He
giving
wasn't
you the
going to give
weed.
that up.
You should have known by
He
that.
was just going to fucking shoot him. All right. Well, that was Fantasy Vietnam. You guys successfully rescued the king's nephew, and
Did anyone else expect
killed a bunch of
Sergeant
elves.
Lorax to die?
No, it's just something that would have been funny.
I liked him too much.
We can tell. He's got to return in some later story.
Maybe we'll have him return if we do another if we do a return to Fantasy Vietnam at some point. But I don't know how much that's going to be. Maybe we'll have a mention of him somewhere. I'm not actually sure how long Lorax has lived.
I would think forever.
Yeah, because didn't Lorax live like for thousands of years
I have no
in
idea.
the actual book?
Well, that would be fun to bring him back for like the regular session, because that would be like 1,000 years in the future, basically.
Or however long there are trees, the Lorax will cap people in the knees.
That's the other problem too, is there aren't any really
Fucking-
trees left in that forest after a certain
Yeah.
point in time because of what Jam did later.
Oh hell yeah, they all got
Because
nuked.
now it's a decrepit, dark, magic infused wasteland with tree hulks and black ooze everywhere.
I vote that
Oh,
we
like-
now put Kane on permanent Lorax duty for the rhymes.
He stole that from a meme.
I agree.
But thank you for everybody that put in money and bits and all that stuff for fun. You know, it's always fun. Thank you for doing that. And hopefully we can do more of these in the future. The one shots are always a blast.
Next week we're doing World War II.
No, we're not.
Fucking
Oh,
idiot.
we already had the genocide. That came later.
Fantasy Normandy.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Let's
God.
play
God,
let's
no,
play
I'm not doing
Erica.
that. Everybody will die.
Thank you
Play
for the
Erica.
100 bits.
I am
We're not
okay
doing
with
it.
that.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble?
They
Because
want you to
it's
do
fun.
Fantasy Normandy?
You know what they want. The entire screen will just be filled with... No, it's not going to happen.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we off? Are
You
we off
guys
the
got
air?
Mecha Hitler.
Oh,
you
we're,
got
no,
what you
we're
wanted
still,
already.
we're still on the air. We're still on the air.
Okay.
Don't say anything you're gonna regret.
We
Um,
doing one thing and one thing only: killing fantasy Nazis.
Sergeant fucking Lorax.
You did good, Private. You did good.
All right, we're going to wind down and go get ready for a cast. Everyone, I got to go walk the puppers. So thank you all once again for joining. Thank you for the bits and the donations on all sides. And you guys are awesome. I'm going to shoot him. Just
Do
Just
it.
like how
Oh,
we shot the elves.
Oh, I haven't been paying attention to General. Is that where he's been? Oh,
Yeah.
I am afraid.
they
to
made
pick
Kane
her
look
off.
like me.
Well, no, that's what Kane looks like. He has no hair.
Yeah, I'm bald as fuck.
Oh, I thought the hair was the one. Okay, never mind.
No, the Photoshop at the bottom's better. The emoji.
I thought that was the real one.
I wish I had hair.
See you guys next time.
Yep.
Yeah,
See ya.
you and your brother